Memphis, where yesterday a sunny afternoon, a hot afternoon here at the ballpark as the Stingers and Redbirds met here at AutoZone Park, and it was the Stingers jumping out in front early on as with one out, Casey Smith, still looking for that first AAA home run, came to the plate. Now the right-hander ready, the 1-0. Smith swings, lines one towards left. Ball going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. Casey Smith with his first AAA home run, and it's 1-0 Stingers. So 1-0 Stingers at that point, but the Redbirds came back to tie it. In the bottom half of the first, Chris Prieto led off the inning against Jake Woods with a walk. He stole second base, moved to third on a fly out to the right fielder Brian Gordon, and scored on John Gall's sacrifice fly to left that Gary Johnson caught one step shy of the warning track in left, and that tied the game at 1 apiece. So a 1-1 ball game at that point until the third, as Javier Colino was coming to the plate for the first time in his AAA career. 1-2 strike the count. The right-hand batter is Jake Woods. Deals. Long on, line shot left center field. That ball's going to be up there. It's out there, and it's gone. A line drive home run into the bullpen in left center field. A home run for Javier Colina in his first AAA at-bat. It's 2-1 Memphis. And after that, the Redbirds would have many opportunities to try to score, but Jake Woods was able to get out of trouble without any damage being done. Meanwhile, the Stingers never got anybody past first base for the entire game after the home run by Casey Smith. He was the only one to move past first base. So outstanding effort by Jake Woods goes for naught as the Stingers fall to the Redbirds by a score of 2-1. Jason Simon-Tazzi, who was supposed to start the game, ended up with a bloody nose and couldn't begin the game, but he came in the fourth and threw 6 shutout innings for the win. So the Stingers with a loss dropped to 30 games below 500 at 39-69, while the Redbirds went to 52-56. We'll take a look at the Pacific Coast League standings next year on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM. Most days, a great round of golf feels completely out of reach. Oh, funky, stud-loving, stuffling anchors. Slice, shank, hook, pull, or just miss. Oh, for the love of Pete. No matter your handicap, you have the chance to play the greatest round of your life when you tee it up with the Huntsman Cancer Institute at Thanksgiving Point and Promontory Ranch Club, August 12th and 13th. You can support their work with the most meaningful golf you can play. After the scores are tallied, Huntsman Cancer Institute is celebrating this year's donation gifts of companies, individuals, and organizations with a special evening of fun and entertainment at the Celebration of Hope Gala Dinner and Auction at the Salt Lake Marriott Downtown Hotel the evening of August 13th. So join us in celebration of the continuing work in progress at the Huntsman Cancer Institute.
I'll take a 9 on this one.
Please call Huntsman Cancer Institute for more information or log on to huntsmancancer.org. Special thanks to Delta Airlines, Deseret Morning News, and Layton Construction.
Pick up in the front lot.
Be careful. Car credit can be very good for bribing yourself through the inconveniences of the car buying experience.
Well, why don't we do like the petrol station? You know, give away plastic footballs or tankers.
Baffles me.
Hi, Mark Marine here with Marine Credit Systems. Here's what my car dealership does. We paint the car credit picture. We paint it in Technicolor on big screen with Dolby Digital sound. We make the point. For example, the no-nonsense, no-decision doing business theory. I believe a customer should never have to make a decision. I believe it is my responsibility as the dealer to provide all the information and all of the explanations free of charge so you, the customer, can do what's obvious for you and your priorities. I want you to hear about it. I want you to understand it, and I think I'm obvious.
Wow.
Call Marine Credit Systems now at 467-9980. Marine Credit Systems, 467-9980. 467-9980.
Welcome back to Memphis, where the Stingers and Redbirds are getting ready to get underway here at AutoZone Park. The Stingers certainly continuing their struggles. They have now lost 16 of the 18 games that they have played since the All-Star break. But right now, let's take a look at the updated standings in the Pacific Coast League. And the update of the standings in the PCL look like this. First of all, for the North Division, Tacoma and Portland both won yesterday, so the Beavers are still just 1/2 game behind the Rainiers in the standings. With Edmonton having dropped 4 in a row, they've fallen 5 games off the pace, while the Stingers are 21 games back. In the South, Sacramento leads Tucson by 11.5, Fresno by 13, and Las Vegas is 16 games off the pace. Meanwhile, over in the American Conference East Division, Oklahoma leads Nashville by 8.5 games. Memphis trails by 10, and New Orleans is 14 games off the pace. And over in the Central Division, Iowa leads Colorado Springs by 4, Albuquerque by 6.5, and Omaha by 12. This scanning of the PCL standings brought to you by your local Associated Food Stores, featuring Western family brands. Only the best will do for you at Associated Food Stores. Elsewhere in the PCL tonight, Edmonton is at Nashville. That game just about ready to get started, as will be Las Vegas at Iowa and Tucson at Omaha. Later on, Toma hosts Albuquerque. New Orleans visits Fresno. Colorado Springs is at Portland, and Sacramento entertains Oklahoma. We'll come back with tonight's starting lineups next here on ESPN 1230.
For your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the Associated Food Stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. That's right, with an average of 4.3 bucks per customer, a whopping 5.7 bags per order, and a lightning 11 seconds per price check, Goodwill is setting new standards for grocery stores everywhere. Recruited by all of the nation's top grocers, Goodwill chose Associated Food Stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Pet products. To meet Andy Goodwill or any of his teammates, visit any of the Associated Food Stores throughout Utah. For your family, only the best.
Connected Wireless is growing to better serve you with their new Provo Town Center store. Connected Wireless doesn't just sell one-of-a-kind wireless services like most wireless companies. Connected Wireless is your one-stop wireless source. They'll fix you up with the right plan and the right service from Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Plus, Connected Wireless has all the latest and hard-to-find accessories. Connected Wireless will beat any deal, even internet deals. Call 205-FREE or look in the yellow pages to find one of 7 Connected Wireless locations. Connected, stay connected with Connected Wireless.
2 of the fastest-growing crimes in Utah are fraud and forgery. Don't be a victim. Have sensitive and confidential documents disposed of safely at Certified Shred. With Certified Shred, you can have your items shredded on-site with their state-of-the-art mobile shredding truck, or you can let their secured personnel do it off-site. Contact the bonded and insured professionals at Certified Shred. Call 972-4748. They've been handling the removal of sensitive documents for over 5 years, so they know what they're doing. Certified Shred, 972-4748.
The field is live.
Welcome back to Memphis, Tennessee. Downtown Memphis, to be exact, at AutoZone Park. The Stingers getting ready to take on the Redbirds in the 3rd game of this 4-game series. So right now, let's take a look at today's starting lineups. And the starting lineups, as always, are brought to you by the good folks over at National Isuzu Southtown. Isuzu is back in the Salt Lake area at National Isuzu Southtown, located in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. First of all, for the visiting Salt Lake Stingers, managed by Mike Brumley. Leading things off will be the left fielder, Anna Riggs. Batting second, the second baseman, Casey Smith. Hitting third and playing first base, Casey Kotzman. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Alex Polias. Hitting fifth, the third baseman, Dallas McPherson. Hitting sixth and playing right field, Shane Halter. Batting seventh and catching, Will Nemitz. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Jake Thrower. And hitting ninth is the center fielder, Barry Wesson. Pitching for the Stingers will be right-hander Chris Vucek. Now for the homestanding Memphis Redbirds. Redbirds managed by Danny Schaefer. Leading things off, the center fielder, Chris Prieto. Batting second and playing second base, Bo Hart. Hitting third, the designated hitter, Armando Rios. Hitting cleanup, the third baseman, Kevin Witt. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Dee Haynes. Batting sixth and playing first base, Gary Burnham. Batting seventh and catching, Cody McKay. Hitting eighth and playing shortstop, Javier Colina. And batting ninth is the right fielder, Colin Porter. Pitching for the Redbirds will be left-hander Luis Martinez with a record of 0-5. The umpires are meeting at home plate with the two managers. We'll be back with the start of tonight's game between the Stingers and Memphis right after this timeout. You've been in the On Deck Circle on ESPN 1230.
This has been the On Deck Circle. Stay tuned. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is coming up next on the home of the Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM. KQS Murray, Salt Lake City.
Right in a frickin' help.
This is ESPN Radio AM 1230.
Including all the cash you'll save. We'll finance it for you for life with 0% interest and no credit check.
Is that guy for real? I don't think so. But if you're looking for a real deal and you want to buy from someone you know and trust, come to Bountiful Mazda, where you can lease a new Mazda 6 for just $14,995 or up to $6,000 off MSRP. And Mazda's MPV 7-passenger van, own it for just $16,995 or up to $8,000 off MSRP. 3 tires for life on your new Mazda, plus a bumper-to-bumper 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty. Here's the kicker. Bountiful Mazda guarantees to beat any price on a new Mazda, or they'll give you the car free. You heard right, free. Test drive a new Mazda today at Bountiful Mazda, just minutes north of Salt Lake on Highway 89 in Bountiful during Mazda's National Choose and Cruise Sales event, or visit us at bountifulmazda.com. Prices include all rebates. Some restrictions. See dealer for details.
The field is live. The starting pitchers have finished their warm-up, and the managers have exchanged lineup cards. It's time for Salt Lake Stingers baseball. So let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Stingers, Steve Klauke.
Well, once again, a very good evening to you, and welcome to Salt Lake Stingers baseball on a warm night here in Memphis. Humid conditions as well as the Stingers get ready to take on the Memphis Redbirds in Game 3 of this 4-game series. The Stingers trying to stamp a 5-game losing streak here tonight against the Redbirds ball club that has now won these back-to-back games. And overall, they have now won 4 in a row. So the Redbirds making their way out onto the field. Just a moment from now, we'll have our national anthem, and then we'll be ready to play ball on this Monday night here in Memphis. Before we get our ball game underway, though, here at AutoZone Park, let's enjoy the singing of our national anthem.
And
national anthem prior to the start of tonight's game between the Stingers and the Redbirds here in Memphis. The Redbirds on the field for the start of the game, so let's take them around to their positions defensively. Brought to you by the Phone Directories Company. Cover your bases using the phone book with the beautiful cover, or you can look up what you need at myphonedirectory.com. First of all, D. Haynes is out in left field. Chris Prieto's in center, and Colin Porter's in right. Kevin Witt at third. Javier Colina at short. Bo Hart at second base, and Gary Burnham is at first. A battery of Luis Martinez pitching and Cody McKay catching. Luis Martinez, as a Redbird, has made 5 starts. He has lost all 5 in 30 and 2/3 innings, though. He's given up 39 hits, 20 runs, 18 of them earned. He has struck out 27 and walked 16. He's hit a batter, thrown 2 wild pitches, and surrendered 4 home runs. Martinez, as we mentioned, is 0-5, a 5.28 earned run average. And the PCL is batting .322 against left-hander Luis Martinez. Martinez began the year with the Tennessee Smokies of the Southern League. That's a team that's based out of Knoxville, Tennessee. He made 12 starts for the Smokies earlier on this year. Before his promotion, he went 4-6 with a 4.97 earned run average. Again, he's 0-5 in 5 starts here at AAA, but he has pitched well in a couple of those ball games. Deserves a better fate. He's had a 2-1 loss at home to Nashville in his AAA debut. He allowed only 2 runs on 4 hits, striking out a season-high 11 batters. And then his start 2 outings ago on the 23rd at New Orleans, he allowed only 2 runs on 8 hits in 6 1/3 innings, but took the loss as the Redbirds didn't score any runs for him. The final score was 3-0. So we're ready to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is on the air for a Monday night from downtown Memphis at AutoZone Park. Leading things off, Riggs batting .304, 23 doubles, 6 triples, 17 homers, 57 runs batted in for the former Redbird. On the first pitch fastball is over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Riggs off yesterday, 0-for-3 in the series opener. Outfield straight away for the right-hand batter. Martinez pitch, swing and a miss, and a fastball 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The Redbirds in their St. Louis-like white home uniforms with the red numerals and lettering trimmed in black. The Stingers, in their road gray sleeveless uniforms with the red sleeves underneath, red numerals and lettering trimmed in navy blue. The 0-2 pitch to Riggs. Fastball at the knee, strike to call. On the outer half of the plate, 89 miles per hour according to the radar gun up on the scoreboard. And there's one down here in the first. Brings up Casey Smith, who yesterday belted his first AAA home run, providing Salt Lake with its only run of the ball game. He's 2-for-4 in this series. The 1 out, base is empty. Here in the top half of the first, just underway. Kevin Witt in close at third, just in case Casey lays one down. The pitch. Curveball strikes the knees, and it's 0-1. Martinez, 6'6", 228 in his 8th professional season. Began his career in the Milwaukee system. Actually made his major league debut as a Brewer last year. The 0-1 pitch chopped over the mound and back to second base. Backhanded by Hart. The long off balance. Won't be in time. Casey beats it out for an infield single. Much to the delight of many of his family members here from Alabama. So Casey Smith aboard with the infield single. That'll bring up Casey Kochman, the first baseman. Kochman batting .278, 6 doubles, 2 homers, 16 runs batted in. It only his second game in several weeks because of injury. Casey yesterday 0-for-4, but hit the ball hard twice. One to the warning track in left center, the other a liner at the shortstop. First pitch on the way, Martinez, and Kochman swings and misses, a strike 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Martinez claimed off waivers by the Cardinals back in February. No balls, 1 strike the count on Kochman. The infield double play depth, the move to first, and Casey's back in standing up. It was close, but he got back in time. But no balls, 1 strike the count on Kochman. Outfield shaded towards left, the infield playing him to pull. Now the pitch, Kaufman swings at the tapper up the first baseline. Up with it is Burnham, the first baseman. He'll turn around, take 2 steps to the bag for the out on the play. Smith goes second. So Kaufman bounces to first, advancing the runner in the process. Now with 2 out, a runner in scoring position for Alex Pelaez, batting .329, tied for 10th in the league in hitting with 14 doubles, 2 triples, 4 homers, and 50 runs batted in. 0 for 4 in this series. So Pelaez standing in 3 for 18 on the road trip. But a lot of similar numbers for this trip for everybody. There's a curveball low and inside. Ball 1 as that one whizzed by the left ankle of Pelaez. 1 ball to count on Alex. Casey Smith, a good size lead at second base. Martinez ready, the 1-0. Fastball high and away, ball 2. 2-0 the count with Dallas McPherson on deck. And the Redbirds taking the first 2 games of this series. Now the lefty Martinez ready, the pitch. And it's high, a change-up, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Redbirds carrying the advantage in the all-time series. With their 2 wins this year, they now lead 24-18. 3-0 pitch, fastball inside. He walks Pelaez on 4 straight. There may have been a purpose to that with first base open and another left-handed batter coming to the plate. So here's Dallas McPherson, the third baseman, batting .290, 6 doubles, 4 triples, 12 homers, 29 runs batted in. He's 3 for 7 in this series, including a solo homer. So 2 on, 2 out for the Stingers here in the top half of the first. Martinez looks at second base, the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a slider away, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Stingers manager Mike Brumley coaching over at third base with hitting coach Jim Edford over at first. And no balls, 1 strike the count on Dallas. A very limited schedule in the major leagues tonight. Only 2 games. They're both in the American League. One's already been completed. The 0-1 fastball is high, and the count's even at 1-1. Toronto knocked off Cleveland today, 6-1. Boston leads at Tampa Bay, 3-2 in the 4th, and the only other major league game on the schedule. Now the pitch, McPherson swings and lifts it into left center field. Prieto, the center fielder, coming over, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. The Stingers do not score the first. They pick up a hit and lead 2. And so after 1/2 inning of play, it's the Stingers nothing. And Memphis is coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
Right now, at Connected Wireless, you can save up to $150 on select PCS voice phones from Sprint after in-store instant rebate and with activation of a new line of service on a 2-year PCS Advantage agreement. Then, choose the new PCS free and clear area-wide plans to get 1,000 anytime minutes and unlimited night and weekend minutes for just $45 a month with a 1-year PCS Advantage agreement. Nationwide long distance is included every minute, every day. Call to anywhere in the U.S. from anywhere in your extended calling area while on the Sprint nationwide PCS network, reaching more than 240 million people. And with Sprint, all your services work the same wherever you go on the most complete all-digital wireless network in the nation. Stop by Connected Wireless and save up to $150 on select Sprint PCS voice phones after in-store instant rebate. See Connected Wireless today for details. N82804. Plan includes base anytime minutes adjustable for an additional charge. Requires a 2-year Sprint PCS Advantage agreement and new line of service. Subject to credit. Activation and termination fee applies. Not available everywhere. Terms and conditions apply. Get connected and stay connected at Connected Wireless.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence. Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Finally go to the bottom of the first inning, no score. And defensively for the Stingers, their alignment courtesy of the Phone Directories Company. Adam Riggs in left, Barry Weston in center, Shane Halters in right. Dallas McPherson at third, Jake Thrower at short, Casey Smith at second, and Casey Kochman is at first. The battery of Chris Butchek pitching and Will Nieves catching. Chris Prieto to lead things off. The center fielder for the Redbirds, batting .270, 13 doubles, 5 triples, 2 homers, 28 runs batted in. Prieto 2 for 5 of the series. First pitch fastball is outside, ball 1. For Chris Butchek, his 22nd start of the year. In 119 innings, he's given up 148 hits. 79 runs, 71 of them earned. The 1-0 pitch to Prieto. Breaking ball strike for knees, 1-1. Butchek has struck out 78, walked 43. He's hit 3 batters, thrown 7 wild pitches, and surrendered 15 homers. The 1-1 pitch to Prieto, down low for a ball, and it's 2-1. Chris 6 and 7 with a 5.37 earned run average, and the PCL batting an even .300 against Butchek. Two balls, 1 strike to count. The pitch. Prieto swings and lifts it foul to the middle deck of the 3-tier stadium here. Butchek lost his only start against the Redbirds last year, giving up 8 runs, 5 of them earned in 7 innings, and a 10-4 loss at Franklin Covey Field on June the 8th. 2 balls, 2 strike the pitch. Swung on, and that's lifted foul. Third base side, up onto the roof. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Watch out below. There it comes. Again, the roof here slanted back towards the seats, except behind home plate. So ball goes up on the roof. The fans have to be ready for a souvenir. Now the 2-2 again. Prieto swinging a sharp ground ball foul through the coach's box at first. Count remains even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count on Prieto. 43 for 162 lifetime against Salt Lake. The 2-2 pitch. Butchek delivers a fastball high, and that fills the count at 3-2. So a lot of pitches to this first batter. Prieto, who's already drawn 4 walks in the series out of the leadoff spot. Now the 3-2 payoff pitch on the way. Fastball high again, and he draws another one. So Prieto heads to first base. You have to keep an eye on him. 23 stolen bases in 30 tries. That's good for 5th in the Pacific Coast League. So Prieto at first. That'll bring up the second baseman, Bo Hart, batting .281. 16 doubles, 5 triples, 6 homers, 27 runs batted in. So Butchek will have to keep an eye on over at first base. Right-hander ready, the pitch. Hart takes a fastball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Butchek with the infield behind him at double play depth. Opposing runners have been successful 8 out of 14 attempts while Chris has been on the mound this year. From the set, the 0-1, the runner goes, and Hart swings and lifts it into right field. Coming in is Halter to make the catch. He does. He fires back towards first, but Prieto able to scamper back ahead of the throw. So 1 out. That'll bring up Armando Rios. Rios bat 167 as a Redbird since coming over from the Baltimore organization. 2 for 12, but one of those 2 hits, a 2-run single, that turned a 1-run deficit into a 1-run win in the first game of this series. In fact, both games, the Redbirds have won by a run. The Stingers have now lost 20 of their last 24 1-run decisions. So 1 out for Rios, who overall is 1 for 5 in this series. Butchek from the belt ready. First pitch to Rios. Fastball strike on the outside corner at the belt. 0-1 to the left-hand batter. Butchek suffered a loss in Nashville, giving up 8 runs, 6 of them earned on 9 hits in 5 innings. His first loss since June the 8th. He had had 3 wins and 5 no decisions in between. Now the 0-1 pitch to Rios. Instead, the turn of the toss to first, and Prieto is back. No balls, 1 strike, the count on Armando. Left-hand batter. PCL All-Star outfielder in 1998 with the Fresno Grizzlies. Prieto stepping off a lead at first base. From the belt, boot check ready. The 0-1. Fields takes a fastball outside of the knees, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, left-handed hitting. Kevin Witt is on deck. One more game here in Memphis before the Stingers head home and open up an 8-game homestand Thursday night against the Omaha Royals, Thirsty Thursday. Boot check ready, the 1-1. Rios takes outside, a fastball, 2-1 the count. Omaha will be in Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night at 7, and Sunday afternoon at 2. And then Iowa comes in Monday night, a Tuesday night scheduled twilight doubleheader at 6, and then a Wednesday 7 o'clock game. Boot check the turn of the toss to first, and Prieto dives back in ahead of the throw. Rios at plate started the year with Tijuana of the Mexican League before having his contract purchased by Baltimore, and then traded for cash considerations by Baltimore to the St. Louis organization on July 28th. Again, the throw to first, and Prieto dives back in ahead of the tag. Two balls, 1 strike the count on Rios. No score, bottom of the first inning. Stingers had a couple of base runners on in the top of the first inning, but stranded them at first and second. Boot check ready, 2-1. Rios takes a fastball high, ball 3. 3-1 the count on Rios. A good count to run on for Prieto over at first. Three balls, 1 strike to Rios. Boot check stares in, gets the sign from Nieves, comes to the belt, the 3-1. Prieto goes, swing a line drive, base hit right field. Prieto takes the turn at second, advances to third. The ball bobbled momentarily by Halter, but Shane's able to recover quickly enough to hold Prieto at third. And so runners are at the corners now with 1 out. Now here's Kevin Witt, the third baseman. Witt batting .276, 18 doubles, 1 triple, 22 homers, and 65 runs batted in. 2 for 4 with a home run in game 1 of this series here on Saturday night. So runners at the corners, 1 out. Witt, though, certainly a double play candidate on a ground ball at someone. Now boot check ready from the stretch. The pitch. Fastball right down the middle for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to the veteran left-hand batter in his 11th professional season. Has 127 major league games played under his belt with Toronto, San Diego, and Detroit. Boot check ready. The 1 strike pitch to Witt. Fastball slices the inside corner at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-2. That one touching 90 miles per hour on the radar. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Witt. Now the right-hander ready. From the belt, the 0-2. From Vucek. A little bit inside with fastball, belt high, 1-2 the count. One and two. On at third, Prieto, Rios over at first. Now the pitch. Swung on in line down the right field side, but just foul by about 2 feet down the right field stripe. In the air, it was fair over first, but it had a hook to it. Unfortunately for the Stingers, it went wide of the line. So the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kevin Witt. A first-round pick of the Jays in 1994. Now boot check again from the stretch ready. The 1-2 pitch to Witt. Swing, and I said a high fastball. He struck him out. Big punch out there for Buchek. 2 down here in the first. Now here's T. Haynes, the left fielder, batting .333, 2 doubles, 5 homers, 8 runs batted in. Haynes 3 for 8 with a double in this series. Rated by Baseball Americas, the number 23 prospect in the St. Louis organization. And they do rate him as their best power prospect. So 2 on, 2 out. The pitch to Haynes. Breaking ball outside. Backhanded by Nieves for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Infield back with 2 out. 1 ball to count on Haynes as Buchek delivers. Strike on the inside corner at the knees. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. No score. Bottom of the first inning. The Redbirds threatening. Haynes did not play in the game that Buchek started against the Redbirds last year. One ball, 1 strike on Haynes. The right-handed batter awaits the pitch from Buchek. Swing and a foul. First base side. That one's going to clear the roof. And the count's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 on Haynes. No score. Bottom of the first inning. This first inning taking quite a while after yesterday's snappy 1-hour 55-minute ball game. Fastest game of the year for the Stingers in a 9-inning contest by 17 minutes. The 1-2 pitch to Haynes, swinging a bat handle looper foul about 8 rows deep into the seats beyond the first base dugout, and Haynes cracked his bat on that foul ball, so he'll have to head back to the dugout and get himself a new piece of lumber. So Haynes getting a new bat, working a little pine tar over the bat handle before heading back to home plate. 1-2, the count. Right-hand hitting D. Haynes, who has 3 hits and 8 at-bats against the Stingers this year after going 2 for 14 a season ago. Now Buchek from the stretch ready. The 1-2 pitch to Haynes. Breaking ball to the dirt. Smothered nicely by Will Nieves to hold that run at third. So the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And next year, the Redbirds, along with Nashville, will come to Franklin Covey Field. The Stingers will not be making the return trip to Tennessee. Memphis will be, and Nashville will have new neighbors in their division next year. Iowa and Omaha will join that division, with Edmonton moving to Round Rock. Round Rock, Albuquerque, Oklahoma, and New Orleans will make up a division, while Colorado Springs will take Edmonton's spot of the north with the Stingers, Portland, and Tacoma. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count as D. Haynes makes his way back into the batter's box. The outfield straight away for the right-hand batter. Started out the year at Double-A Tennessee, at .240 there in 31 games after spending all of last season with the Redbirds. Now Buchek ready, the 2-2. The runner at first goes. The pitch, a little bat handle for caught about belt high, and that one also cost Haynes another bat as that one cracked upon contact. Very soft liner floating to the glove of Chris Buchek. So no runs, 1 hit. No errors and 2 left after 1 complete inning of play. There's no score here in Memphis on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Golf pros agree. To lower your score, improve your short game. The best course for that is the Jordan River Par 3, located at 1200 North Redwood Road. The Jordan River Par 3 golf course is just minutes from downtown and playable in about an hour. It's the best place to develop your short iron hitting and putting skills. and it's just $6 for 9 holes. It's the best golf value around. Small groups and church outings are welcome with fantastic group discounts available. For tee times, call 533-4527. That's 533-4527 or visit slc-golf.com.
Mortgage rates have gone up. Hi, this is Scott Borster with Alta Mortgage Group. Mortgage rates have increased recently, so at Alta Mortgage Group, we've created a new program which offers a rock-bottom fixed interest rate for up to 7 years that is flexible enough to allow you to pay a normal payment based on 10, 15, 20, or 30-year mortgage payments. Or just take a breather and just pay the interest rate you choose. This program sometimes cuts your mortgage payment in half. These rates are so low you'll have to call 628-9400 for a quote. We can also correct inaccurate credit scores that are making you pay higher interest rates on your loans. This problem of inaccurate credit scores is costing consumers millions of dollars per year. Let us help you today. We can help you correct credit problems. Call 628-9400. That's 628-9400. Or visit us on the web at altamortgagegroup.com. We are here to help you.
Lead things off to the Stingers as we go to the second inning. 0-0 our score. First pitch to Halter is outside, ball one. Shane batting .242, 1 double and 3 runs batted in. 3 for 7 in this series against the Redbirds. Now the pitch, low and inside for a ball. Halter comes into this ball game with a 5-game hitting streak working. 2-0 the count on the right-hander. Fastball high, 3-0. Halter played here in Memphis when they were a Double-A affiliate of the Kansas City Royals, the Memphis Chicks. Halter takes a fastball in at the knees for a strike, and the count is 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike the count. The pitch swung on line left field, but Haynes drifting back is there. And about 10 feet in front of the track makes the catch for out number 1. So Halter retired, 1 away for the catcher, Will Nieves, batting .292, 17 doubles, 7 triples, 8 homers, 42 runs batted in. So 1 out, nobody on. Nieves didn't play yesterday. He was 1 for 4 Saturday night with a 2-run home run to the opposite field in right center. Give the Stingers a 2-0 lead at the time. There's a pitch swing and a foul back as Nieves reached out on a breaking ball. Stingers baseball brought to you by the Taco Maker. Burrito babies are the hot side of it. The Taco Maker, 3 crisp bean burrito babies, lightly fried in a half corn, half flour tortilla, filled with homemade beans and cheese for only $1.89. Nieves swings and launches one towards left. Haynes going back at the warning track to the wall. He has to play the carom, and it bounces by him, but the center fielder Priel backing it up will glove it and fire it in toward third. Wills at second base with a double. That's his 18-2 bagger of the year, and the Stingers have their second hit. So Stingers again now with a runner in scoring position, this time with 1 out. And the batter will be Jake Grower, the shortstop, batting .280. 20 doubles, 2 triples, 3 homers, 41 runs batted in. He's 1 for 6 here in Memphis. By the way, you can get those burrito babies from Taco Maker with your favorite hot sauce or sour cream to dip them in. So stop by Taco Maker today. Taco Maker donates $5 to the United Way for every double play turned by the Stingers this year. Fastball to thrower, misses upstairs for ball 1. They have turned 102 double plays so far, so the total donation to this point stands at $510. 1-0 the count on thrower. The pitch, a fastball again. This is high, just over the letters. The count's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Jake 5 for 20 on this road trip. Martinez ready to pitch. Thrower swings and misses. A slider down and in. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count. Martinez last year was the Brewers' minor league pitcher of the year, a combined 12-5 at Double-A and Triple-A, with a 2.13 earned run average. 4-0 in 7 starts at Triple-A Indianapolis. 2-1 pitch on the way. A fastball high, ball 3. Speaking of the Brewers, I see where yesterday they recalled former Stingers infielder Trent Durrington back to the major leagues. Three and 1 the count on thrower with Barry Wesson due next. Now Martinez ready to glance back towards Nieves at second. The pitch is lined to left center field. That's going to be in for a base hit. Nieves takes the turn at third and comes on in to score. And center fielder Prieto fires it back in towards second. It's an RBI single for Jake Thrower, and the Stingers have a 1-0 lead. So Thrower drives in his 42nd run. That'll bring up Barry Wesson, the center fielder, in his second game back from the disabled list. Barry batting .236, 8 doubles, 3 homers, and 20 runs batted in. The thrower now with RBI number 41 on, or maybe 42 on the season for Jake. Now Martinez, first pitch to Wesson. Swing and a miss. A slider for a strike, 0-1. The 42 runs batted in, a career high for Jake. 33 had been his previous best. That was with Portland Beavers in 2002. Now the pitch. Wesson swings. It's a little dribbler up the third base side. Martinez, the barehand pickup in throw, won't get him. Barry Wesson able to beat it out for an infield single, even though he can't quite go full tilt yet. He's able to get an infield single out of the old-time swinging bunt. Big cut, but only hits a small piece of the ball, and it rolls up the third base side. Kevin Witt was playing deep at third. No chance at all to get him, and no chance for that ball to go foul. Martinez did what he could with it, but there wasn't a whole lot. So now runners at first and second, 1 out. The batter will be Adam Riggs, who was caught looking at strike 3 in the first. He takes low and outside. A fastball, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Stingers now with 4 hits in the ball game, as many as they had yesterday. Now the pitch. Strike on the inside corner, just above the bell, but the count on Adam is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Nothing Stingers. Now Martinez ready. The pitch. Swinging a high pop-up. That's on the infield. Infield fly rule in effect. Javier Colina, the shortstop, though, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So Riggs retired on the infield pop. That'll bring up Casey Smith, who reached on an infield single his first time up. Hit a bouncer up the middle. Art, the second baseman, ranging far to his right, gloved it through to first, but couldn't get a whole lot on it. And Casey Smith beat it out for an infield single. So now 2 on, 2 out for the Stingers here in the second. Martinez ready. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, backhanded by Hart, sliding to his behind, throws to second, safe. That'll be a base hit. Hart making a sliding backhand stab from his behind. He flipped to the shortstop, Colina, but Colina wasn't on the bag when he caught it. He then had to reach out with his right foot, and when he did, he was too late. So Casey has his second infield hit of the ball game, and now the Stingers have the bases full with 2 out for Casey Kochman. Kochman grounded out first his initial time up. So now a chance for the Stingers to add to their lead. Bases loaded, 2 down. Lefty against lefty. Martinez pitch. Kochman swings, and it's a one-hopper back to the hill. Martinez flags it down and throws him up to retire the side. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. Left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. The Stingers 1. Memphis nothing on ESPN 1230.
Golf pros agree. To lower your score, improve your short game. The best course for that is the Jordan River Par 3, located at 1200 North Redwood Road. The Jordan River Par 3 golf course just minutes from downtown is playable in about an hour. It's the best place to develop your short iron, chipping, and putting skills. and it's just $6 for 9 holes. The best golf value around. Small groups and church outings are welcome with fantastic group discounts available. For tee times, call 533-4527. That's 533-4527 or visit slc-golf.com.
Most days, a great round of golf feels completely out of reach.
Oh, funky dog-loving Dublin anchors.
Slice, shank, hook, pull, or just miss.
Oh, for the love of Pete.
No matter your handicap, you have the chance to play the greatest round of your life when you tee it up with the Huntsman Cancer Institute at Thanksgiving Point and Promontory Ranch Club, August 12th and 13th. You can support their work with the most meaningful golf you can play. After the scores are tallied, Huntsman Cancer Institute is celebrating this year's donation gifts of companies, individuals, and organizations with a special evening of fun and entertainment at the Celebration of Hope Gala Dinner and Auction at the Salt Lake Marriott Downtown Hotel the evening of August 15th. So join us in celebration of the continuing work in progress at the Huntsman Cancer Institute.
I'll take a 9 on this one.
Please call Huntsman Cancer Institute for more information or log on to huntsmancancer.org. Special thanks to Deseret Power, Zions Bank, KJIS TV, and R.C. Willey.
Go to the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Stingers. Gary Burnham, Cody McKay, and Javier Colina. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters are due up in the Memphis batting order to face right-hander Chris Buchek, who's been staked to a 1-0 lead. Gary Burnham batting 167 since coming in from Double-A, 2 for 12 with no extra base hits and 1 run batted in. There's a pitch blown outside a ball. I said Double-A. He came over actually from Louisville, the Reds AAA affiliate, in a trade for former Stingers infielder Jerome Alviso on the 28th of July. 1-0 pitch is floated towards right center field. Racing hard. Holder was right. Makes the Bill the cap-high catch for out number 1. So Burnham retired. 1 away for Cody McKay, the catcher. McKay batting .233, 2 doubles, a homer, and 2 runs batted in, making his first appearance in this series. He started the year with the Cardinals, batted .230 in 26 games for St. Louis. 1 double and 4 runs batted in. Time now for a look at this date in baseball history, brought to you by Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Just 20 minutes in the ballpark. Visit Stedman's, where you deal with the owner, not a salesman. A 1 out, base is empty for the left-hand hitting Cody McKay. The pitch, a high for ball, 1-0. His father, Dave, a major leaguer for 8 years. Now the first base coach for the Cardinals, was a right-handed batter. Now Buchek ready, the 1-0. McKay takes outside a fastball at the knees, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. See what happened on this date in baseball history. As Buchek starts his windup for the 2-0. McKay swings and hits it in the air to center field. Wesson racing back, now slows down onto the track and makes the catch for the out. Great job by Barry. As soon as that ball was crushed, he realized it was well hit. So he turned his back to the infield, ran as hard as he could, then towards the warning track, he looked up to find out where the ball was. He was in perfect position to slow down and make the catch and not having to try to catch that ball, running tilt at the time. So 2 outs, nobody on for Javier Colina. 1 for 3, making his AAA debut at the plate yesterday, and he did so with a home run. First pitch to Colina on the way, swinging a 1-hopper to the hill. Buchek's got it, runs halfway first, then puts to Cutman for the easy 1, 2, 3 innings. So we'll save those this date in baseball history nuggets for a little bit later on. At the end of 2, Stingers 1, Memphis nothing on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
If you're looking for some great food, they go get fresh and get it hot. Taco Maker has the best food. They go, you know you get a lot. Hey!
Discover the fresh taste of the Taco Maker. We fry our own taco shells and tortilla chips daily to make them crispy fresh. Our homemade salsas and sauces are the talk of the town. And our refried beans are made from scratch every morning. We use real ground beef and marinate tasty all-white meat chicken with our own marinade recipe. We're keeping it real with real Monterey cheddar cheeses. Hey, it's time you got a taste of the Taco Maker.
Get it fresh and get it hot. We know you'll get a lot.
Taco Maker Bean Burrito Babies are back. Mini crisp bean burrito rolled in a corn flour tortilla, and you get 3 in every order for only $1.89. How many bean burrito babies can you eat? 3, 6, 9? Get your hot, crispy bean burrito babies while they last. Only at the Taco Maker.
Taco Maker, Taco Maker. Freshing it hot, made fresh.
Two of the fastest growing crimes in Utah are fraud and forgery. Don't be a victim. Have sensitive and confidential documents disposed of safely at Certified Shred. With Certified Shred, you can have your items shredded on site with their state-of-the-art mobile shredding truck, or you can let their secure personnel do it off-site. To contact the bonded and insured professionals at Certified Shred, call 972-4748. They've been handling the removal of sensitive documents for over 5 years, so they know what they're doing. Certified Shred, 972-4748.
Now, here in Memphis, Stingers leading 1-0. Alex Lyons swings at the first pitch and lines it to left. Haynes going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it is gone. A line drive home run off the bat of Alex Pelaez, his 5th of the year, and the Stingers now have a 2-0 lead. For Alex, that's his 5th home run of the year and his 51st runs batted in. So Pelaez makes it a 2-0 ball game. Again, Alex's 5th home run. That is the 5th also surrendered by Luis Martinez in 6 starts for the Redbirds. Now here's Dallas McPherson, who flied out to center field, his first time up. First pitch from Martinez, low, ball 1. This is the 3rd inning, of course, and the 3rd inning is brought to you by the Jordan River Par 3. The best place to improve your short game is the Jordan River Par 3. You can play for just $6 a 9-hole round. 1-0 pitch to McPherson. Fastball inside, back to the left-hand hitter away. 2-0 the count. For details, call 533-4527. Go online at slc-golf.com. 2-0 pitch to McPherson. Swinging a ball, sharply hit right to the legs of Burnham at first into right field. To Hopper, that went right through the wicket. It'll be an error on Burnham over at first base, and the Stingers have a man on with nobody out. That'll bring up Shane Halter, who flied out to left his first up. Time now to find out what else is happening under the lights tonight at the PCL and Major League Baseball. Brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal Light Bulb. Check out the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. First pitch to Halter on the way. Changeup misses outside. Ball 1. In the PCL, they've played 2. 3 hours east of here on I-40. Nashville leading Edmonton 2-1. Trappers have lost 4-0. The Sounds have won 5 straight. 1-0 pitch. Halter swings and lifts it in the air to right center field. Going back, Prieto now slows down, waits, and about 15 feet in front of the track makes the catch. For out number 1, that over by the 373 sign in right center field. 1 away, that'll bring up Will Nieves, who doubled to left and scored as he rattled one off the left field wall back in the 2nd inning. After 1 in Des Moines, Las Vegas leads Iowa 2-1. And after 1 at Omaha, the Royals lead Tucson 1-0. The other games are an hour away. Albuquerque at Tacoma, Fresno hosting New Orleans, Colorado Springs visits Portland, and Oklahoma is at Sacramento. So 1 out, a runner at first, the move to first, and McPherson is back. Again, only 2 Major League games being played today. They're in the bottom of the 5th now in St. Petersburg. The Red Sox lead the Devil Rays 6-2. Former Buzzman David McCarty with a 3-run homer for the Red Sox in the 2nd, erasing a 2-0 Devil Rays lead. Pitch to Will. Fastball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. Tito Martinez has homered for the Devil Rays. This afternoon, Toronto and Ted Lilly top Cleveland 6-1. Lilly now 8-7. Cliff Lee 10-4. He's lost 3 straight decisions. Vernon Wells, Jim Phelps homered for the Blue Jays today. And that's it. There's 2 games in the major leagues. 1 this afternoon, 1 tonight. Now the 0-1 pitch to Nieves. The changeup misses high, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stingers leading 2-0 here in the 3rd. Infield, double play depth for the Redbirds. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup, 1-2. He's been right around 89, 90 miles per hour. That was an 80-mile-per-hour change. So the count now, 1-2 on Bill. The pitch. Swing and a miss and a nasty slider down and in. He struck him out. That is strikeout number 2 for Martinez. 2 away, and the batter now will be Jake Thrower, who singled in the first Stingers run back in the second inning, which was actually only last inning. Stingers won in the second and now won here in the third to take a 2-0 lead on the Redbirds. Now Martinez ready. The left-hander deals, and it's a changeup over for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Again, Jake, a switch hitter, batting for the right side against the lefty Martinez. Now Martinez ready to move to first, and they got him. They caught McPherson leading, the tag by Burnham on the right hand of Dallas. So a pickoff 1-3 ends the third. The Stingers had a run on the leadoff home run by Pelaez. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. And it's now Memphis Stingers 2 and Memphis nothing on ESPN 1230.
Why are we turning here?
To look at used cars.
I thought we were going to Gus Paulus.
We are.
Gus is in West Valley City. This is Jordan Landing.
Right.
Did I miss something?
He's grown.
Who's growing?
Gus.
Growing? At his age? Imagine that. No more short jokes, no more booster seats at restaurants, no more ads with half a head.
Huh?
Oh, man, Gus is finally growing.
And if he can grow...
Maybe we can all.
Oh.
This is a sign. It gives the world new hope.
Honey.
It's a miracle.
His dealership is growing.
What?
They've expanded. This is their new used car lot.
Oh. Well, that's kind of miraculous, isn't it?
If you say so.
I do.
Gus may not be getting any taller, but with a new dealership at Jordan Landing, the service and selection keeps getting better.
Hey, I wonder if I'm still growing.
I wonder.
Want to measure me when we get home?
I'm not sure you're coming home.
Aw.
The Gus Paulus Auto Group. With Gus, anything is possible.
KQS Murray, Salt Lake City. This is the FM Radio AM 1230. The worldwide leader in sports. A Citadel Broadcasting station.
After a 10-win season, a Liberty Bowl shutout of Southern Miss, and a top 25 ranking, you may think the University of Utah football team is satisfied. Well, Urban Meyer and the boys want to let you in on a little secret. You ain't seen nothing yet. Ain't seen nothing yet. So call 581 U-Tips for your season tickets because you ain't seen nothing yet.
Moving on to the bottom of the third inning now. 2-0 Stingers. Colin Porter, Chris Prieto, Bo Hart, the 9-1 and 2 hitters due up in the Memphis order to face right-hander Chris Buchek. Colin Porter to start things off, shows bunt and pops it foul. Back into the screen for strike 1. Porter batting .256, 14 doubles, 2 triples, 8 homers, 20 runs batted in. He's 0 for 3 in this series. Order the number 9 hitter and manager Danny Schaefer's batting order. Pitch on the way, swung on and lifted foul. Third base side out of play. Yesterday's win for the Redbirds moves Schaefer above 500 as the Memphis manager. He took over midway during the season last year and is now 94 and 93 as the Memphis skipper. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. He struck him out on an 89-mile-per-hour heater. Strikeout number 2 for Buchek to the top of the order, and Chris Prieto, who walked, advanced as far as third base but was stranded there. First, the pitching coach here at Memphis, Dyer Miller, a former Utah State Aggie. whole last major leaguer had come out of the old Aggie baseball system. There's a pitch in at the knees. A strike to Prieto, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Stingers leading 2-0. Now the pitch. Fastball high. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Outfield shaded towards left a bit. Pitch swinging a smash foul just outside the bag at first. Oh. Safer taking over for Tom Spencer, who was let go during the middle of the season last year. Longtime PCL manager at Calgary as well as Tucson. The 1-2 to Prieto. Fastball in at the knees. Strike 3 call. Strikeout number 3 for Buchek, his second in a row. And that brings up Bo Hart, who played to right his first time up. Chris is now retired 7 in a row. Again, we have a chance now for this date in baseball history, brought to you by Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Just 20 minutes from the ballpark. Visit Stedman's, where you deal with the owner, not salesman. On this date in 1985, current White Sox manager, playing for Chicago at the time, Ozzie Guillen. There's a pitch, a fastball lit at the knees, a strike 0-1. Scored from second on an infield hit in the 11th inning to give the White Sox a 6-5 win over the Yankees. Well, that's tough to do. Now the 0-1 pitch to Hart. Low and outside a ball, 1-1. Luis Salazar had a slow roller down the first baseline. The pitcher, Mike Forty, with no play at first, keeps on running, and the Yankees have no chance to get Guillen. A 1-1 pitch to Hart, swinging a ground ball. That's through the hole into left field, a base hit. And so Hart aboard with a 2-out zone. That is the second hit of the ball game for the Redbirds. So 1 out, 2 out for Armando Rios, who lined a single into right field his first time up. On this date, in 1982, Ricky Henderson with Oakland steals his 100th base of the season, leaving him 56 games to eventually break Lou Brock's single-season record of 118. Henderson becomes the first player ever to steal 100 bases twice in his career, having done so in the 1981 campaign. A runner at first base, 2 outs. Hart 5 out of 9 in the stolen base department this year. Buchek from the stretch ready. The pitch. Rio swings and lifts it in the air towards left. Rick going back. It's up there, and it's gone. An opposite field 2-run home run for Armando Rios. And the game is tied at 2-2. So Armando Rios with his first homer as a Redbird, and we're all even at 2-2. That'll bring up Kevin Witt, who struck out swinging his first time up. For Buchek, that's the 16th home run he's allowed. So a 2-2 ball game. Now here in the third. The pitch on the way, and Witt swings and pops it into center field. Barry Wesson coming in and under. He's there, and he's got it to retire the side. 2 runs, 2 hits. Nobody left on base. We go to the fourth. Stingers 2, Memphis 2 on ESPN 1230.
142 games in a season is extreme. But not as extreme as the selection of power sports you'll find at Mountain Extreme Power Sports. Mountain Extreme Power Sports is where you can find Polaris, and Polaris is the way out. So take it to the extreme. Mountain Extreme Power Sports at 810 North, 2600 West in Linden, exit 275, only 10 minutes from the Salt Lake Valley. Mountain Extreme Power Sports. Take it to the extreme.
Chip here from Sky Satellite. Do you have what's known as cable? It's all right to admit it. At the Institute for Cable Disorders, we believe that acknowledging your problem is the first step to a cure. Cable affects all of us in many ways, but most problematic is in the way it affects a community's programming choices. That's right. With cable, your choices are limited, and that can cause a lot of discomfort. Hey, but there is a cure. Its name is DirecTV Service, and you can order today from Sky Satellite. Just activate Total Choice Premier with local channels package and subscribe to the NFL Sunday Ticket for 4 payments of $62.25 and get 4 months free of Total Choice Premier with local channels package. You'll have a cable cleared up in no time. Call Sky Satellite at 978-0022. That's 978-0022, and ask for your free 4-room DirecTV system.
Blackout restrictions apply. New resident customers only. Annual programming commitment required. Hardware and programming still separate. Programming fee $4.99 a month per second, and each additional receiver offers 1030 or other conditions. And Michael store for details.
Now back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
We're back to square one as we go to the 4th inning. It's a 2-2 ball game on Armando Rios' opposite field home run to left field. It'll be Jake Thrower, Barry Wesson, and Adam Riggs. The 8-9-1 hitters due up. Thrower was at the plate with McPherson. Was picked off at first to end the 3rd inning. First pitch, little tap back towards the hill. Under the glove of the pitcher Martinez, the second baseman Hart charging, throwing, and over the head of the first baseman Burnham. Safe at first base is Thrower. He'll hold there. A tapper to the first base side of the mound. Martinez coming across, could not backhand it. It went under his glove. And Bo Hart with a tough play, charging and throwing while bent over, but his throw went over the head of Burnham. I'm not sure he would have gotten Thrower anyway, and Jake has himself an infield single. Second hit of the ball game for Jake. He's now 2 for 2. Stingers now with 7 hits, 3 of the infield variety. I believe, 4 of them have been infield hits. Excuse me. Here's Barry Weston, who has 1 of them. A little dribbler up the third baseline for a base hit. First pitch to Weston. Low for a ball, 1-0. Barry's been showing off his brand baby. Cute little thing. Although I guess not so little. I believe his wife said she was, over 8 pounds at birth. No, over 10 pounds at birth. Excuse me. A 1-ball pitch. Wesson swings and lines a base hit into left center field. The thrower will take the turn at second and put on the brakes as the center fielder Prieto converges on the ball quickly. And the Stingers have runners at first and second base with nobody out. 8 hits in the ball game now for Salt Lake. Now here's Adam Riggs, who so far tonight has taken a called third strike and popped to short. So 2-1, nobody out for the Stingers here in the 4th inning. Kevin Witt in at third already. The first baseman Burnham, though, laying back. The middle infielders are at double play depth as Martinez deals. Riggs swings it to the right side. Hart to his left, make sliding stop, tumbling, throws to second for 1. Back to first, a double play. Sensational play by Bo Hart to start a 4-6-3 double play. Diving to his left, rolling over and still from the seat of his pants, throwing to second base to start the double play in our Gus Paulus Auto Group impossible defensive play of the game. And so the Stingers now with a runner at third base, but with 2 out. What a play by Bo Hart. The thrower at third, the go-ahead run. Casey Smith, the batter, takes a curveball low and inside. Ball 1 to right-hand batter. Casey 2 for 2 with a pair of infield singles. And to put the Stingers back ahead with a base hit here. Now Martinez ready. The pitch. Change up strike on the inside corner just under the belt. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mike Brumley over at third base with a word for Thrower. A lot of room between home plate and the screen here. One of the biggest foul areas behind home plate in the PCL. Now Martinez ready. The 1-1 to Casey. Low and inside with a fastball. 2-1 the count on Smith. Already with 2 hits on the night. Moving that batting average back above the 300 mark. Where it's been most of his stay with Salt Lake after coming up from Double-A Arkansas. The 2-1 pitch. Smith swings and taps it foul. Back into the left of home plate. The count's even at 2-2. One more game here in Memphis. Tomorrow night, it'll be left-hander Corey Lee with his 3rd start for the Stingers against another southpaw, Randy Flores. for the Redbirds. 2-2 the count on Smith as Martinez kicks and deals. Swinging a foul as Casey just did get a piece of it to stay alive. 2-2 the count on Smith. A 34th round pick in 2001 by the Angels out of Troy State. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That shiner just about gone away on Casey's face after having his nose broken in 3 spots a few weeks ago by a ground ball that he tried to make a diving stop on. Now Martinez ready. The pitch. Swinging another tap foul. Change up that time that Smith was able to get a piece of. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stingers, 1 in the second, 1 in the third to go up 2-0. But Armando Rios' 2-run homer in the bottom of the third has tied it up at 2-2. We're now in the fourth. Martinez kicks the 2-2. Swinging another foul. This one coming back over the screen into the middle deck. Good catch by the fan in third row. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Oh, Casey making Martinez work out there. 2-2 the count on the right-hand batter. Now the pitch. Hey, outside, ball 3. So the count now works full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Casey Konchman is due next. 3-2 the count on Smith. Go ahead run at third. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. The 3-2 payoff pitch. Swung on and sliced down the right field line. Porter towards the corner. Slows down on the track in front of the 322 sign. Makes the catch to retire the side. So out of all that, no runs, a couple of hits, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is the Stingers 2 and Memphis 2 on ESPN 1230. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's a 2-2 ball game. D. Haynes leading things off, and he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Haynes had his bat cracked on a little soft liner back to Buchek in the first inning. Now the 0-1 to Haynes. Swinging a foul back into the screen, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Haynes to be followed by Gary Burnham and Cody McKay, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the Memphis order. The pitch. Swung on in line to left field. A base hit. The left fielder Riggs racing over to cut it off and hold Haynes to a single. Hit number 4 in the ball game for the Redbirds. So they have the potential go-ahead run on base. That'll bring up Gary Burnham, who flied to right his first time up. Time now to find out who's hitting the cover off the ball in the PCL. Brought to you by Mountain Extreme Power Sports. Take it to the extreme with Mountain Extreme Power Sports in Linden, Utah. Calvin Pickering, Bucky Jacobson, still 1-2 at 29 and 26 home runs respectively. Again, Jacobson in the big leagues now with Seattle. Now Buchek ready. The pitch to Burnham. A fastball strike felled high in the outside corner. 0-1. After that, now there's a three-way tie. 25 home runs with Andy Tracy of Colorado Springs, Phil Hyatt of New Orleans, and Luis Garcia of Las Vegas. Joe Dillon of Albuquerque next with 24. Now the 0-1 pitch to Burnham. Change up high, ball 1. Scott Seabold of Memphis at 23 home runs, but he's missing this series. His wife giving birth to premature set of twins, both weighing about 3.5 pounds, is likely to rejoin the Redbirds when they play a series coming up this weekend in Las Vegas. 1-1 strike the count on Burnham. Buchek deals. Swinging at a high fastball. He gets a piece of it and sends it back into the screen, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Stingers. 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for the Redbirds. One and 2 the count on the left-hand batter. Buchek ready. The 1-2 pitch. Low with a breaking ball. 2-2 the count. Burnham, who's out of Hartford, Connecticut originally, missed 3 weeks, May 17th to June 8th, with a strained right oblique muscle. He was originally a 22nd round draft pick of the Phillies in 1997 out of Clemson University. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Buchek ready. The pitch. Fastball outside, ball 3. Fills the count on Burnham now at 3-2. Let's see if Danny Schaefer sends Haynes in this situation. Hodgman holding the runner, Haynes on at first. Now Buchek ready. From the belt, the 3-2 payoff pitch. Instead, the turn of the toss to first sends Haynes back to the bag. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the left-hand hitter. 5'11", 200 pounds in his 8th professional season. Buchek ready, the 3-2 payoff pitch. The runner goes, and the pitch is grounded up the middle. Diving backhand tap by Smith, goes to second for 1, to first for 2. Nicely done by Casey Smith. Diving to his right, making the backhand stop, and then flipping to Jake Thrower to start the 4-6-3 double play. And with that double play, another $5 goes to the United Way, courtesy of the Taco Maker. So 2 outs, nobody on base, and that'll bring up Cody McKay, who flied out to center field his first time up. So each team in the 4th turning a pretty nifty double play. What made Hart's a little more spectacular is that his dive and roll was away from second base, not toward. Fastball, and at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. On left-handed hitting, Cody McKay. Now Buchek ready, the pitch. Swing and a cue shot foul up the third base side, 0-2 the count. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Cody McKay. Now Buchek ready, the 0-2. Fastball high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. McKay awaits the 1-2. Swung on and lifted into left center field. Thrower out, Riggs and Weston in. Riggs coming hard, makes the basket catch. to retire the side as he almost came in too far on that one and had to reach down to make the catch. No runs, one hit, nobody left on base. We go to the fifth. Stingers 2, Memphis 2 on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. Goodwill chose associated food stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. For your family, only the best.
Fastenal is at it again and has expanded their product line. And they want to show it off with an open house this Tuesday at 2532 South, 1760 West, Suite 101 in Ogden. Factory reps on hand to answer your toughest questions. If you're in the market for fasteners, welding, cutting, tools, electrical, paints, chemicals, and much, much more, this is the place to be. Fastenal is the fastest-growing full-line industrial distributor and the largest fastener distributor in North America with more than 1,400 stores worldwide. If you need it, Fastenal has it. Join K-Bear's own Helen Powers as she does her show, The Power Lunch, live this Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Lunch is on us, and she'll have lots of free stuff to give away. Fastenal Open House Celebration this Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 2532 South, 1760 West, Suite 101 in Ogden. You don't want to miss this one.
Fifth inning of play here at AutoZone Park in downtown Memphis. Steve Lauke with you in a 2-2 ball game. Casey Kotzman, Alex Pelaez, and Dallas McPherson due up to face left-hander Luis Martinez. Our fifth inning, middle of the ball game reset of the Memphis defensive alignment, courtesy of the Home Directories Company, coming up after this first pitch to Kotzman. Martinez deals, and Casey lifts one foul out of play, deep down the left field side for strike one. B. Haynes in left, Chris Prieto in center, Colin Porter in right, Kevin Witt at third, Javier Colina at short, Bullhard at second, Gary Burnham at first, a battery of Luis Martinez pitching, and Cody McKay catching as a fastball up and in, a check swing foul off the bat of Kotzman behind the plate. And the count goes to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Kotzman. Lefty against lefty, the pitch. Swung on, little dribbler third base side. Witt charges, glove, throws on the run, and just does get Casey by a half step. Casey hustling hard down the line, almost beat it out. One away. Here's Alex Pelaez, who walked in the first and then gave the Stingers a 2-0 lead with a solo homer to left his last time up, his 5th long ball of the year. But the Redbirds got a 2-run shot by Armando Rios in the bottom of the inning. And that's where we are at 2-2. It's to Alex on the way, in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count on Pelaez. Now Martinez into his motion for the 0-1. Swing and a miss at a changeup away, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Martinez, of course, coming up in the National League system and still in with the Cardinals now, but with the Brewers, he had a chance to bat, which was too bad. The 0-2 pitch on the way, fastball inside, 1-2. He's one of those guys the DH was made for. Throughout his minor league career, Martinez just 1 hit in 54 at-bats at the plate. Now the 1-2 to Pelaez. Swing a little dribbler foul at the third base side. Count remains 1-2. That's the funny thing about baseball. Just about everything in the sport, I'm a traditionalist, but I like and have always liked and will always like the designated hitter. The 1-2 pitch to Pelaez, swung on, popped up foul. First base side out of play. There are a handful of quote-unquote good hitting pitchers But for the most part, can't say that that's the case. And for those people who say it takes the strategy out of the game, I want to know the last fan who came to the ballpark hoping to see a double switch. There's a fastball just outside at the belt, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Pelaez. Stingers 2, Memphis 2. We're in the top of the 5th. Now Martinez deals. Elias takes the fastball high, and that fills the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A left-hander Martinez, payoff pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out. Strikeout number 3 for Martinez, and there's 2 down here in the 5th. Here's Dallas McPherson, who's 0 for 2. Reached on an error his last time up. I see Roger Clemens is in the news, but nothing he did on a major league field that got him in the news. First pitch to McPherson, swing and a miss way out in front of a changeup, strike 1. Tell you what happened after Martinez delivers the 0-1. Curveball low, 1-1 the count. Clemens was ejected from a youth league game after his 10-year-old son was called out on a closed play. Clemens was banished to the parking lot after an umpire said the Rockets spit a sunflower seed at him as McPherson reaches out of the changeup and bounces one foul into the first base dugout. It happened Saturday in Craig, Colorado, who had attended under a Triple Crown sports tournament. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Breaking ball low. McPherson checks his swing, and third base umpire Steve Dew agrees. Clemens had to watch the rest of the game from his car, peering over a fence. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on McPherson. 2 outs, nobody on here in the 5th. The pitch. Swing and a miss to the slider. He struck him out, and that retires the side. Stingers up and down in order in their half of the 5th, and halfway through the scheduled 9-rounder, it's the Stingers 2 and Memphis 2 on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
So, when's the last time you got a bonus? Well, now you can get $2,000 in bonus bucks when you buy a 2003 Honda VTX 1800 motorcycle. Yeah, use your bonus bucks on any accessories, on riding gear, or even a down payment. You can also take advantage of great low financing. So head on down to Stedman's Recreation at 916 North Main in Tooele today for your bonus bucks, and you can cruise the boulevard in style. Bonus bucks offered good through August 31st, 2004. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
On the red tree, on the red tree, you can judge a book by its cover. Why don't you check every page? It's got what you need. You can judge a book by its cover.
When are Yellow Pages more than just Yellow Pages? When they're filled with money-saving coupons, menus to local restaurants, useful tips to help you plan weddings, recreation guides for skiing, scuba diving, golf, and just about everything else that's fun to do. Where do you find all of this? In any of the beautiful books, or should I say area information guides, published by Phone Directories Company. You know, the books with the beautiful covers. Now, the latest editions have just been delivered, so use those coupons in the back of the book. You'll save money, and if you're a business owner, there's no better way to attract new customers and do it affordably. And if you've never advertised with us before, give us a call at 800-443-0801 and ask about our special offers. That's 800-443-0801. Remember, you can judge a book by its cover.
We go down to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 2-2 ball game, and Chris Buchek for the Stingers will face Javier Colina, Colin Porter, and Chris Prieto, the 8-9-1 hitters. In the Memphis batting order, our 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the Stingers' defensive alignment, courtesy of the Phone Directories Company. After the first pitch to Colina, who bounces the mound his first time up, he takes the slider, strike at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. We're brought to you by the Phone Directories Company. Adam Riggs in left, Barry Weston in center, Shane Halter in right. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for the fastball, 0-2. Dallas McPherson at third, Jake Thrower at short, Casey Smith at second, and Casey Kotzman at first. A battery of Chris Buchek pitching, and Will Nieves catching. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Colina. The pitch up high, ball 1-2 the count. Time now to find out who's hot and who's cold at the PCL. Brought to you by your Bryant Heating and Cooling dealers. Keep cool this summer and warm next winter. Visit any of your Utah area Bryant Heating and Cooling dealers. 1-2 to Colina, swinging a chopper toward short. Thrower's got it on the bell high bounce. The toss across, on target and in time for out number 1. Colina retired, 1 away. Colin Porter, the batter, struck out swinging his first time up. Nobody in the league has a hitting streak going of 15 or more. John Gall, this Memphis club, does have a 22-game road hitting streak going, however. Brendan Harris of Iowa has a 20-game home field hitting streak going. Swing and a miss by Porter, strike 1. Freddie Guzman of Portland has the longest consecutive game on base streak going. He's reached safely in 23 straight games with a .413 on base percentage during that streak. The 0-1 to Porter. Swung on, flare to left field. Riggs coming on, has to play it on a hop. As that one lands in front of him by plenty, and so Porter aboard with a 1-out single. Hit number 5 in the ball game for the Redbirds. Here's Chris Prieto, who's walked and struck out in 2 plate appearances. Team-wise, Nashville and Portland have each won 5 in a row. Omaha has won 4 straight, as has Memphis. Albuquerque's lost 5 in a row. The Stingers have lost 5 in a row, and 16 of 18. Colorado Springs has dropped 3 straight. Edmonton has lost 4 in a row. First pitch to Prieto on the way from Buchek. Swung on and sliced foul. Out of play down the left field line for strike 1. 0-1 the count on Prieto. Bo Hart 2 next. Stingers 2, Redbirds 2. We're in the bottom half of the 5th. A warm, humid night here in Memphis, where the ballpark is situated. It's maybe about a half mile or so from the banks of the Mississippi River. 0-1 the count. Buchek ready. The pitch. Prieto swings and lines one right at Kotzman, who reaches over his head, spears it, and steps on the bag to double off Porter. Stingers couldn't have asked for it to be placed any better than that. And another $5 goes to the United Way with that double play, courtesy of Taco Maker. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left on base. We go to the 6th. It remains Stingers 2, Memphis 2 on ESPN 1230.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
Hey, this is Dan the Laptop Man from PC Laptops, and I wanted to clear something up. I want to clear up the confusion so everybody understands. A lot of people think that Totally Awesome Computers, owned by my friend Del Shanzi, and PC Laptops, owned by me, Dan the Laptop Man, are the same company. Totally Awesome Computers and PC Laptops are completely separate companies. We don't share money. We don't share underwear. That sounded weird. Anyway, Totally Awesome and PC Laptops are separate companies. But I'll tell you what, at PC Laptops, we buy all of our desktop computers and servers from Totally Awesome Computers because they're the best. We run our whole company back-end infrastructure on Totally Awesome Computers because they're reliable, fast, and they're a great deal, and they come with lifetime service. Now, at PC Laptop, all of my friends at Totally Awesome Computers buy their laptop computers from PC Laptops. Why? Because PC Laptops has the best laptops on the planet. If you need a laptop, come to PC Laptops. If you need a desktop, go to Totally Awesome, because at PC Laptops, we love you. Featuring Intel Centrino mobile technology.
Now, back to more Steelers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
we head to the 6th inning in downtown Memphis at beautiful AutoZone Park. It'll be Shane Halter, Wilney Avis, and Jake Thrower. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up in the Stingers batting order. And Halter on the first pitch scolds one right at the shortstop, Colina. Hit it hard, but right at Colina, who made the letter high catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Wilney Avis, who's 1 for 2. He's doubled and scored. That was in the 2nd inning. He struck out swinging in the 3rd. So now Nieves, the batter. And here in the 6th inning, once again, it's time for our check of what else is happening under the lights as the curveball misses low to Nieves, ball 1. Brought to you by the PCL, or I should say the PCL and the Major League Scorers. Brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. Check out the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. 1-0 pitch to Nieves is lifted foul up onto the roof, first base side. Skipping over to the other side of the roof. 1 ball, 1 strike. They're in the 6th over in Nashville. Sounds leading Edmonton 5-1. Nashville looking for a 6th straight win. The Trappers trying to avoid their 5th straight loss as Nieves floats one out toward short. Caught by Colina. Ranging to his left about 3 steps to make the Bill the Cap high catch for the 2nd out. A lot softer play for Colina on that one. That'll bring up Jake Thrower, who's 2 for 2, including an RBI single back in the 2nd inning. They're in the 5th at Des Moines. Las Vegas leading Iowa 3-2. In the 5th at Omaha, the Royals lead Tucson 9-0. Omaha putting up an 8 spot in the 2nd. They've had an 8-run inning. I think they've had a 7-run inning. They've had a 10-run inning in that series. First pitch to Thrower. Strike at the knees, 0-1. Later on, Albuquerque at Tacoma. Fresno hosting New Orleans. Colorado Springs at Portland. And Oklahoma visits Sacramento. Now the 0-1 pitch to Jake. Off speed and just inside. A ball, 1-1. In the American League, they're now in the 8th at St. Pete. Still 6-3 Red Sox over the Devil Rays. David McCarty, the former Buzzman, with his 3rd home run for the Red Sox. Tino Martinez, his 15th for Tampa Bay. 1-1 pitch. Thrower lifts it in the air towards left. Haynes coming in. About 4 steps is there, and he'll put it away for the 3rd out of the inning. That's 8 in a row, retired by Martinez after 5 1/2. It remains Stingers 2, Memphis 2 on ESPN 1230.
Hey, this is Dale Shaughnessy from Totally Awesome Computers. And I keep having these people bring in brand new Dell computers trying to upgrade it to be fast enough to run their software. That doesn't make much sense. Why would you have to upgrade a brand new computer? But the really bad thing is you open up a lot of these Dells and they don't even have an AGP expansion slot, so there's no possible way to update it to the latest AGP video card. There's nowhere to put it in. And then you can't swap out the motherboard with a standard ATX motherboard because none of the standard ATX motherboards that I carry even fit in a Dell case. It's completely proprietary. Do not buy a Dell. Totally Awesome Computers, we use all name brand hardware. All of our hardware is standard, so you can buy parts and upgrades anywhere. You're not stuck with us. You know, why would you buy crap when for the same price you could get a Totally Awesome computer? Go figure.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors. Automotive excellence.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Steve Coffey back with you here in Memphis in a 2-2 ball game. It'll be Bo Hart, Armando Rios, and Kevin Witt, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to face right-hander Chris Butchek. Bo Hart 1 for 2. Single to left his last time up. He came in to score on the home run by Rios as Butchek delivers a curveball for a strike, 0-1, or a slider, rather, and the count's 0-1. There was one score we didn't get to in our update at the top of the inning. The 0-1 pitch. Hart swings late on a fastball, and it's 0-2. No ball, 2 strikes. Toronto this afternoon beat Cleveland 6-1. Ted Lilly, the winner, 8-7. Cliff Lee, the loser, 10-4. Vernon Wells, Jim Phelps, homer for the Blue Jays. The 0-2 to Hart. Swinging a high, towering fly left field. Briggs broke back, now comes in. He's there, and he'll put it away for the first out. Hart retired, one away, and it'll bring up Armando Rios, who tied the game with a 2-run homer to the opposite field and left. His last time up, he's 2 for 2 in the ball game. A veteran of 419 major league games with the Giants, Pirates, and White Sox. Red Sox had to put infielder Mark Bellhorn on the disabled list today with a fractured left thumb suffered when hit by a pitch by Minnesota closer Joe Nathan in the ninth inning. They added Dave Roberts to their roster, the Red Sox picking him up in a trade deadline day deal. First pitch to Rios on the way. Swing and a miss to the slider, strike one. Bellhorn becomes the 14th Red Sox player to be placed on the disabled this year, the 10th current member of the DL. Now the 0-1. Rios swings, and it's a high fly. Center field. Wesson drifting back. Now camped underneath it, and he'll put the squeeze on it for the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th. Brings up Kevin Witt, who has struck out and fly to center. Former Buzz lefty Eddie Guardado had to be placed on the 15-day disabled list by the Mariners today with what was being described as a tired left shoulder. They call it southpaw Matt Thornton from Tacoma. Guardado just gave up a game-winning 2-run homer to the Angels' Jose Guillen in the bottom of the 11th on Saturday. There's a first pitch fastball, and it's an ease to Witt for strike, and it's 0-1. Witt has his own website, www.kevinwitt.net. Check it out here. It's more exciting than BuckyBackers.com. There's a pitch outside of the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. The website some fans put up for Bucky Jacobson back when he was at A-ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch high and inside to the left-hand batter. 2-1 the count. Now it says here it's under construction. Either he is just putting it together or it's no longer in existence. Now the pitch swung on, pop foul. That's right over our heads onto the roof, out of play. 2-2 the count on Witt. Made his AAA and Major League debut back in 1998 with Syracuse and Toronto. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? Yes, his home plate umpire, Casey Moser. That retires the side. Strikeout number 4 for Chris Buchek. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. They roll along to the 7th. Stingers 2 and Memphis 2 on ESPN 1230.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selected as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. Goodwill chose Associated Food Stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. For your family, only the best.
On the Red 3, on the Red 3, you can judge your book by its cover. Why don't you check every page? They got what you need. You can judge your book by its cover.
When are Yellow Pages more than just Yellow Pages? When they're filled with money-saving coupons, menus for local restaurants, useful tips to help you plan weddings, recreation guides for skiing, scuba diving, golf, and just about everything else is fun to do. Where do you find all of this? In any of the beautiful books, or should I say area information guides, published by Phone Directories Company. You know, the books with the beautiful covers. Now, the latest editions have just been delivered, so use those coupons at the back of the book. You'll save money. And if you're a business owner, there's no better way to attract new customers and do it affordably. And if you've never advertised with us before, give us a call at 800-443-0801 and ask about our special offers. That's 800-443-0801. Remember, you can judge a book by its cover.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Finally go to the seventh inning, and 2-2 ball game. Stingers won his first, or excuse me, 1 second, 1 in the third. Redbirds getting both of theirs in the third inning. Barry Weston, Adam Riggs, Casey Smith, 2 up. The 9-1 and 2 hitters in the Stingers batting order. A pitch from Martinez, and Weston takes high, ball 1. Barry 2 for 2 with infield single and a single to center field. 1 ball, the count on Weston. The pitch. Fastball knee high in the inside corner for a strike. 1-1. Former Stinger infielder and outfielder Rob Quinlan today named the American League Rookie of the Month, July. So congratulations to Rob on that one. 1-1 pitch. Weston swings, chops one toward third. Scooped up nicely by Witt, going to his left on the short hop. And the toss is for the out. 1 away. That'll bring us to the top of the order. And Adam Briggs has had a tough night. He's been called out on strikes. He's popped to short, and he is grounded into a double play. So Q for the month of July hit .407 for the Angels. 22 of 54, 2 homers, 15 runs batted in with 8 runs scored, 7 doubles. Couple of stolen bases, a .441 on base percentage, and a .648 slugging percentage. 6 multi-hit, 5 multi-RBI games in July for Rob Quinlan. There's a fastball high, ball 1. Now, people have said all along he could hit major league pitching. The question would be whether or not they could find a position for him. He's primarily been at third base. There's a pitch. Riggs lining one to right. Porter going back, still going back. On the track, reaches up and he makes the catch. Fine play by Colin Porter, ranging to his right. He was playing back anyway, and took away Riggs' bid for extra bases with a fine running catch out of the warning track for the second out. Brings up Casey Smith, who's 2 for 3. He's been playing 6 or 7 innings at third base, has Quinlan. Then Alfredo Amezaga will come in for defensive purposes. And Rob continues to learn the position. I think he only played 2 or 3 games at third base as a Stinger in his entire career, and they were this year. First pitch, fastball. Casey takes a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Smith 2 for 3. DCL announced its Players of the Week for the past week. The 0-1. Swinging a ground ball and back at third. A diving stop by Kevin Witt to his right. Gets him, moves to first, and gets Smith to end the inning. Kevin Witt diving to his right, taking a double away from Casey Smith. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. It's 7th inning stretch time here in Memphis, brought to you by Upper Limit Fitness. Now with relocation, Salt Lake, Orem, and Layton. Upper Limit Fitness will help you rest a little further. After 6.5 innings of play, it is the Stingers 2, Memphis 2 on ESPN 1230.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all 3 of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with base and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real live person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
The Haynes Gary Vernon, Tony McKay, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the Memphis batting order to face Chris Buchek as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning in a 2-2 ball game. Boy, Kevin Witt throwing around some serious weather in the top of the inning. First pitch to Haynes is grounded towards short. Up with his Jake Thrower, charging, gloving, throwing, and getting Haynes by a step. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Haynes now 1 for 3 in the ball game, and that'll bring up Gary Burnham, who's 0 for 2. Time now to look ahead at the Stingers' schedule, brought to you by University of Utah Football. The defending Mountain West Conference and Liberty Bowl champions play 6 home games, starting with Texas A&M and finishing with BYU. Season tickets are now available at 581-UTIX or online at UtahUtes.com. U of U football. You ain't seen nothing yet. Again, tomorrow night we'll wrap up the series here in Memphis. It'll be Corey Lee for the Stingers against Randy Flores for Memphis. The pitch is high, ball 1. 6:05 first pitch, so we'll be on the air at 5:45 with the on-deck circle. Wednesday is a day off in the PCL. 1-0 pitch. Low for a ball, 2-0 the count. Then Omaha comes to town. Steve Green goes on Thursday against left-hander Les Walren, the former Memphis Redbird. 2-0 pitch to Burnham. Change up outside, ball 3. 3-0 the count. That's Thursday at the ballpark. Friday night, Utah Highway Safety Lunchbox giveaway for youngsters. It'll be Jason Middlebrook for the Stingers against right-hander Chris Wilson for Omaha. Now the 3-0 pitch to Burnham. Outside, he walks on 4 straight pitches. Just the second walk issued by Buchek, the first since he walked the first batter of the first inning. So 1 on 1 out for Cody McKay, who's played out twice, once to center and once to left. Saturday night, a 7 o'clock start at Franklin Covey Field. It'll be Jake Woods going for the Stingers against Jimmy Gobble for Omaha, just sent down by Kansas City. And then Sunday at 2, Chris Buchek will go for the Stingers against the starter to be announced for Omaha. And then Iowa comes in for 4 games in 3 days. So runner at first base, 1 out. Buchek ready, and the pitch to McKay. Swing, and a miss at a slider, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count on the left-hand batter. He's been in the PCL with Sacramento and Edmonton, spent 2 years with the River Cats and part of the 98 season with the Trappers. Buchek ready, the 0-1. McKay takes a fastball just outside of the knees, 1-1. Started to tell you about the PCL Players of the Week that were announced today. The pitcher of the week, Nelson Figueroa of Nashville, for his complete game 3-hit shutout of the Stingers on Wednesday night, striking out 8 and walking 2. Now Buchek ready, the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a tap foul behind home plate, 1-2. Batter of the week is Aaron Guile, who went 9 for 27 and 333 average last week, but with 2 doubles, 5 homers, 7 of his 9 hits were for extra bases, and 11 runs batted in. Aaron Guile scheduled to play for Team Canada in the Olympic Games at Athens. 1 ball, 2 strikes on McKay. Now Buchek pitch. High for a ball, snap throw to first, and apparently that one grazed him. That grazed McKay, and so he's hit by a pitch. Wow. That's the first time he's been hit by a pitch this year, and for Buchek, that's his 4th hit batter. So now the Redbirds have runners at first and second base, 1 out. The go-ahead runs now in scoring position, and Javier Colina is the batter. He's bounced to the mound and grounded out to short. For Memphis, left-hander Tim Young throwing in the bullpen. Former Colorado Springs Sky Sox. So far, nobody working in the Stingers bullpen. Burnham at second, McKay at first with 1 out. The infield up the middle at double play depth. McPherson in a bit at third. Buchek ready, and the first pitch to Colina. Fastball just a little bit high, ball 1. So after 1 out, a walk and a hit batter have set the table for Redbirds here in the bottom of the 7th as they try to snap a 2-2 tie. Outfield, maybe a step towards left, but no more than that. Buchek, the glance back to the 1-0. Kalina takes the fastball strike. Snap throw to first. Bounces off the glove of Kotzman. Rolls towards the dugout to throw to second, and they've got the runner there. He's out. Burnham goes to third on the play. As the throw to first, or by the catcher, Nieves gets away from so the 3-4 on the putout. The official scorer said it's an E1, but Buchek wasn't involved. That was the throw by Nieves. That'll be an E2. So runner at third, but now 2 outs, and the 1-1 pitch to Colina. Inside, 2 on the count. So Kotzman quickly chasing that one down and still getting McKay trying to go to second base on the ball that got away. That'll be a throwing error on Nieves. 2 balls and a strike to count on Colina. Buchek ready. The pitch. Fastball just missed a head high. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Burnham, the go-ahead run at third with 2 outs. 3 balls and a strike count on Colina. Buchek ready. The pitch. Swing and a high pop foul. First base side near the dugout. Is there room for Kotzman? There is, and he makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits. 1 error and 1 left. We go to the 8th. It's still Stingers 2, Redbirds 2 on ESPN 1230.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors. Automotive excellence.
When's the last time you got a bonus, just like that? Well, a $2,000 bonus is waiting for you at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele, because between now and the end of August, you can get $2,000 in bonus bucks for the purchase of a 2003 Honda VTC 1800 motorcycle. You can use your bonus bucks on any accessories, on riding gear, or even a down payment. And right now, you can ride off with a Honda VTX 1800 motorcycle with 3.9% fixed APR for up to 3 years and 0 down payment upon approved credit through American Honda Finance Corporation. Well, head on down to Stedman's Recreation at 916 North Main in Tooele and use your $2,000 in bonus bucks on parts or accessories. With your new gear, you're going to be cruising the boulevard in style. Bonus bucks offer good through August 31st, 2004. Financing available to qualified buyers through July 31st, 2004. Payment example, 36 monthly payments of $29.48 for each $1,000 finance. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Well, we go now to the top of the 8th inning, and a new pitcher comes on for the Memphis Redbirds. Left-hander Tim Young comes on, and for Young, this will be his first appearance as a Redbird. So Young, who just recently picked up as a free agent on July 30th. He had made 5 appearances, 2 of them starts for AAA Buffalo. He was 0-1 with a 17.28 earned run average. So Tim Young coming on to pitch. Solid effort by Luis Martinez. 7 innings. He allowed 8 hits. 2 runs, both earned. He struck out 4, walked 1. No hit batters or wild pitches. He did surrender 1 home run. So Tim Young coming on to pitch now. And his first delivery is a curveball in at the knees to Casey Kotzman, 0-1. Kotzman has grounded out 3 times in the ball game. So Tim Young, 5'9", 170 in his 9th professional season. from the belt, even with nobody on base. His sidearm delivery is low and inside to the left-hand batter. The count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And 1 the count on Casey Kotzman. The pitch, swing and a foul as he bangs that one off his front foot, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Young has not worked since he gave up 4 runs on 4 hits in 1 inning at Rochester for Buffalo. So he had gone without any activity for several months before being signed on by St. Louis. A member of the U.S. Olympic gold medal team in Sydney in 2000. Fastball misses outside above the knees, 2-2. Made 2 starts this year, his first starts of his professional career. After 328 relief appearances. 2-2 to Kotzman, swinging a dribbler up the third base side and halfway towards first base. It kicks foul. 2-2 the count. Activity in the bullpen for the Redbirds. A right-hander, Chad Peranto, is throwing. Stinger bullpen still quiet in this 2-2 ball game. 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Stingers. 2 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error for the Redbirds. Now Young looking in. The 2-2 pitch to Katie. Swing and a pop-up. Short left field, the shortstop Colina back about 20 feet back. The outfield grass makes the Catchwell backpedaling for out number 1. So Kotzman retired, 1 away. And that'll bring up Alex Pelaez. Walked in the first, hit a solo homer in the third, and struck out swinging in the 5th. So officially, he's 1 for 2. Young has major league experience, 18 games pitched with Montreal and Boston combined. Pitched for Hiroshima over in Japan in 2001, both their major and minor league teams. First pitch to Pelaez, fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. He made 3 relief appearances against the Stingers last year with Colorado Springs. He was 1-0. Despite a 5.39 run average. He was 2-0 with the Sky Sox in 29 appearances, 2-3 in 19 appearances for Syracuse. As Pelaez lifts 1 foul, first base side onto the roof. 0-2 the count. Syracuse, the AAA affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Pelaez. A 2-2 ball game. Neither team has scored since the 3rd inning. Now the 0-2. Pelaez swings and gets a piece of it, sending it back into the screen. It remains 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Don't forget to be on the lookout for the Geico Insurance run of the game. First time the Stingers extend a lead after the 5th inning. That's the Geico Insurance run. Red Olson, your local Geico rep, will donate $10 to the Air Force Fund for every Geico Insurance run of the game. So far this season, there have been 29 Geico Insurance runs, making the donation $290. Now Young ready, the 0-2. Pelaez takes a curveball in the dirt. 1-2 the count on Alex. Then 319 down the left field line, 322 down the right field line. 360 to the alley in left center, 373 to right center, and 400 feet to straightaway center. A natural hitting background as they have some tall evergreen trees bunched together. A great hitting background, according to the batters. Now Young ready, the 1-2. Swing and a miss at a curveball. They struck him out. First strikeout for Young, the 5th for Memphis pitching in the ball game. 2 outs. That'll bring up Dallas McPherson, who's 0 for 3. Struck out swinging his last time up. In the bottom of the 8th inning, the Redbirds will have 2 up: Porter, Prieto, and Hart, the 9-1-2 batters. In a 2-2 ball game. The outfield playing McPherson deep. Young's pitch. Fastball outside and off the glove. The catcher McKay rolling up the third base side. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Tampa Bay now batting in the bottom of the ninth, trailing the Red Sox 6-3. 1-0 pitch to McPherson. Curveball, popped up, foul. Third base side of home plate, out of play. Hits on the roof and bounces down to the middle deck. 1 ball, 1 strike to count McPherson. Tell you what, this ballpark has been the centerpiece of a downtown renovation that has been unbelievable since we started coming here in 1998. Now the 1-1 pitch. Sidearm fastball drilled in the left center field, a base hit. Prieto playing deep, able to cut it off. McPherson's going to try for 2. Prieto's throw bounces in and gets by the second base Hart. It's a double for Person. He saw 2 bases from the get-go, even though Prieto was playing deep and could cut it off. That's his 7th 2-bagger. And that is the first hit for the Stingers since the 4th inning. They're now Salt Lake with a runner in scoring position, the tie-breaking run. Shane Halter will be the batter, and Danny Schaefer, the Memphis manager, comes out. He wants the right-hander, and so he'll make a connected wireless call to the bullpen. Get connected, stay connected with connected wireless. Call 2053 for the location nearest you. That's all for Tim Young. We'll tell you about the new pitcher, Tad Paranto, after this on ESPN 1230.
Need a new car? Well, look at this. Here's a brand new 4-door Beauty purchase $1 down and $1 a month. Or how about an 04 3/4 ton diesel? You can haul anything in this, including all the cash bill days. We'll finance it for you for life with 0% interest and no credit check.
Is that guy for real? I don't think so. But if you're looking for a real deal and you want to buy from someone you know and trust, come to Bountiful Mazda, where you'll find the hot new Mazda 3 for just $199 a month with no money down. The Mazda Tribute SUV. It's just $14,995 or up to $5,500 off MSRP. 3 tires for life on your new Mazda, plus a bumper-to-bumper 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty. Here's the kicker. Bountiful Mazda guarantees to beat any price on a new Mazda, or they'll give you the car free. You heard right. Free. Test drive a new Mazda today at Bountiful Mazda, just minutes north of Salt Lake on Highway 89 in Bountiful during Mazda's National Choose and Cruise Sale event. Or visit us at bountifulmazda.com. Paid plus tax and license for 72 months. OAC includes all dates. Some restrictions. See dealer details.
Right-hander Giant Paranto now comes on for the Redbirds. He inherits the go-ahead run at second base with 2 outs. For the Redbirds this year, Paranto's making his 36th appearance of the season. He's pitched well. He's 4-2 with a 1.38 earned run average. He's recorded 4 saves in 39 innings. He's given up only 30 hits, striking out 27 and walking 16. The PCL batting .227 against Paranto, who has faced 164 batters and is yet to give up a home run. Right now, though, the Stingers would settle for a single to score McPherson with a go-ahead run from second base. So Paranto on here to face Shane Halter, who's 0 for 3, lining hard. The shortstop Javier Colina is first time up. So Paranto finishing up his warm-up tosses. So runner at second base, 2 out. Toronto 6'5", 250 in his 9th professional season. Now Paranto ready, and the first pitch to Halter. Swing at a fastball to foul. Back into the screen for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Stingers 2, Redbirds 2. We're in the 8th. The outfield maybe cheating in a couple of steps. The 0-1 pitch to Halter. Fastball high, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Halter. Stingers trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. Now from the stretch, Paranto ready, the 1-1. Swing and a pop foul. First base side, out of play. That one winds up in the middle tier. And the count on Halter, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dallas McPherson, the tie-breaking run at second as he delivered a two-out double to left center field. Stingers have out-hit the Redbirds 9-5. Now Toronto ready, the 1-2. Swinging a bouncing ball to the right side. Bo Hart takes it on the third hop, handles it, and throws to first for the out to retire the side. No runs, one hit, no errors. Stingers leave their seventh man on base in the ball game. As we go to the bottom of the eighth, it's still the Stingers 2 and the Redbirds 2 on ESPN 1230.
Hi, what can I do for you today?
I came to say goodbye.
Goodbye?
I'm thinking of seeing another Chevy dealership.
Oh.
I've always been happy here at Gus Paula's.
Did we do something wrong?
No, of course not. It's just that, well, this other place is advertising a big rebate on a new truck, and I don't want to go. I love you guys. Your service is the best, and Gus is so easy to deal with. This is the worst day of my life.
Sir?
Yeah.
The rebate the dealership is offering? We can match it.
You can?
Mm-hmm. Any rebates or incentives they offer, we offer.
So I can stay with Gus and still save money?
Yes, you can.
Oh, man, can I have a hug?
No, you can't. But I will get you a tissue.
For the best deals on an American revolution of Chevy cars and trucks, all you have to do is look down. And down.
Sorry, I almost got emotional there.
Almost?
I was holding back a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I used to coach football.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Gus Paula Chevrolet. With Gus, anything is possible.
KQS Murray, Salt Lake City. This is ESPN Radio AM 1230. Worldwide nationwide news sports. A Citadel Broadcasting Station.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go to the bottom of the eighth inning. Chris Booth checks the face. Colin Ford, Chris Prieto, and Bo Hart. In a 2-2 ball game. Right-hander Joel Peralta throwing in the Stingers bullpen. Colin Porter, the batter, he's 1 for 2. Single to left his last time up. It was doubled off at first base on a line drive by Prieto to first baseman Casey Kotzman. So here's Colin Porter, 1 for 2. Porter, left-hand batter with New Orleans the last couple of years, as well as the Astros. First pitch on the way. I'll speed it over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Porter last year 6th in the Pacific Coast League with his .320 average for the Zephyrs. Now the line and the pitch. Up high for a ball, 1-1. Porter, a teammate of Jake Thrower at the University of Arizona. 1 ball, 1 strike to the left-hand batter. Now Butchek deals. Off speed and over for a strike to the outside corner at the knees, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Stingers. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Redbirds. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Butchek ready to pitch. Change up outside, 2-2 the count on Porter. Butchek working into the 8th inning. Now Chris into his windup, the 2-2. Swung on and flared foul into the seats beyond the third base bag. For Chris, this is his 7th start of 7 innings or more. He went 7 innings and a no decision at home against Tacoma on May 2nd. An 8-inning loss at Fresno on June 8th. 7 innings and a win at Tacoma on June 14th. Went 8 1/3 against Tucson on June 19th, no decision. As Porter takes low for a ball, and that fills the count at 3-2. And back-to-back 7-inning performances for victories at Tucson and home against Tacoma. Three balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Slider on the inside corner of today's great pitch by Buchek. Porter unable to pull the trigger, and that's out number 1. The 5th strikeout for Chris Buchek in the ball game. Now here's Chris Prieto's 0 for 2. Prieto lined into a double play his last time up. Walked in the first, was moved around to third, but was stranded there. Stingers in their half of the ninth will have Nieves, Thrower, and Wesson, the bottom third of the order, due up. There's a pitch, a fastball, and it's an ease for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Now the pitch, high and outside, a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one the count on Prieto as Buchek delivers. Swinging a smash past the diving Kurtzman in the right field, a base hit. And so the speedy Prieto aboard here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Hit number 6 for the Redbirds in the ball game. So the go-ahead run at first with 1 out, and Bo Hart's the batter. He's 1 for 3. Fly to left field his last time up. Runner at first base, 1 out. Middle infielders are at double play depth. Prieto at first. 23 out of 30 in the stolen base department this season. They'll have to keep an eye on him. Now Buchek ready. The pitch. That's a fastball, then it's an ease. A strike. Buchek still at 90 miles per hour. According to the scoreboard radar. No balls, 1 strike, the count on Bo Hart. Buchek steps off and looks the runner Prieto back to first base. Chris trying to stretch out that lead. Buchek from the belt ready. Again the turn of the toss to first, and Prieto's back in, standing up. 2-2 ball game. Redbirds batting in the bottom of the 8th with a runner at first base and 1 out. Now Boot ready. The 0-1 to Hart. The pitch. Swung on and sliced foul deep into the lower deck beyond first base, and the count to Hart is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Hart with Armando Rios due next. Yeah, the Stingers host Omaha Thursday, Thirsty Thursdays. All drinks $2. Stingers take on the Omaha Royals. Now Buchek ready. The 0-2 pitch to Hart. Instead he steps off and looks the runner Prieto back. Does not throw over. No balls, 2 strikes. Now Buchek from the belt. The right-hander ready. The pitch. Swing and a foul off the glove of the catcher Nieves. So the count remains 0-2 as Hart just did get a piece of it. No balls, 2 strikes. Outfield pretty much straight away. No wind at all as Old Glory hangs limp on the flagpole in center. Buchek the turn of the toss to first, and that sends Prieto diving back. I mentioned earlier, Cliff Lee took the loss for Cleveland in a 6-1 defeat at the hands of Toronto earlier today, as Lee's now lost 4 in a row after starting the season 1-0, and he kind of blew his top. Or using baseball vernacular, he snapped today. As Hart steps out. As Lee was taken out of the ball game, giving up 6 runs, 2 earned on 9 hits and 4 in the third inning. Now the right-hander Buchek ready, the 0-2. Fastball high, 1-2. As he was walking off the field, Lee threw his hat and glove into the stands. The fan sitting 23 rows deep caught Lee's glove. Lee didn't realize he had done that until he got to the bench. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Doesn't appear he's going to get his glove back. Now Buchek ready. The 1-2 pitch to Hart. Instead, again, he throws over to first, trying to keep Prieto close. One and two, the count of Hart. Stingers 2, Redbirds 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. Again, Buchek ready for the 1-2. Swing and a foul back into the screen. It's still 1-2. Quite a battle going on right now between Chris Buchek and Bo Hart. One ball, 2 strikes. Armando Rios is due next. Buchek stares into his catcher, Nieves. Now the right-hander ready. Buchek the 1-2. Swinging a pop-up. Third base side, foul ground. Nieves will call off McPherson and make the catch right in front of the Redbirds dugout for out number 2. So Buchek wins the battle, 2 outs, and that'll bring up Armando Rios, who's 2 for 3. One of those 2, that big 2-run homer that tied the game back in the third inning. So 2 out, a runner at first. Rios, a strong left-handed batter. 26 homers, 103 runs batted in when he was a PCL All-Star in '98 with Fresno. And then getting his first call-up, he went 4 for 7 with the Giants with 2 homers. See if manager Danny Schaefer has Prieto try to steal to at least get into scoring position, knowing that the very worst, he's got Rios leading off next inning. Second baseman Smith about a step back on the outfield grass and right. Now Buchek ready, and the first pitch to Rios. There goes the runner. The pitch out called. Nieves throw on the money, but dropped by the shortstop thrower. And safe at second base is Prieto. They had him out by 10 feet, and thrower took his eye off the ball as he made the reach for it before trying to glove it and apply the tag. Wow. They had it smelled out on the pitch out, and Jake couldn't handle it. Got to be a caught stealing and an error. But I've got a feeling they were giving him a stolen base. He was out by 10 feet. Instead, the count 1-0, and now the potential go-ahead run is in scoring position. And it looks like they're going to intentionally walk Rios now to bring up Kevin Witt, who's 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts in the game. This is only going to be the second intentional walk issued by the Stingers this year. Both have been by Chris. So now runners at first and second base with 2 outs. Again, I don't mean to put the cart before the horse, but should Prieto score, in no way should it get earned run charged against Buchek, because Prieto was out by 10 feet. The scorer can call that a caught stealing E6, but apparently he's going to give him a stolen base. Wow. So now here's Kevin Witt, who struck out swinging in the first and the 6th. He flied out to Weston in center in the 3rd. He's 0 for 3 tonight, 2 for 7 in the series. Well, the game on the line right here, more than likely. The infield back, the outfield straight away. Boot check ready, and the first pitch to it. Fastball right down the middle for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, one strike. For the Redbirds, a right-hander throwing in the bullpen, Al Reyes. No balls, one strike, the count on Witt as Boot checks the runner out at second base and comes home. Swing and a high pop-up near first base. Kochman coming down near the coach's box is there, and he'll put it away for the third out of the inning. No runs, one hit. Two runners left on the base path. We go to the ninth. Stingers 2, Memphis 2 on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers. ESPN 1230 AM.
Starting for your locally owned grocery store, Andy Goodwill.
Regarded as the top customer service clerk in the country, Andy Goodwill is a first-team all-star selection as a provider of only the best service to shoppers at any of the associated food stores, including Acres, Peterson's, Macy's, and others across the Wasatch Front. As region MVP, Goodwill set records for happy customers, satisfied shoppers, and stunning smiles. Goodwill chose Associated Food Stores because of its commitment to customer service and the impressive reputation of Western Family Products. For your family, only the best.
If you need to lose 15, 20, and 50 pounds or more, then you need the powerful one-day diet, an amazing breakthrough that guarantees rapid weight loss without giving up your favorite foods, counting calories, or taking dangerous diet pills.
I'm Linda. I lost 10 pounds in 7 days. I was skeptical at first, but it's simple, easy, and it really works.
Hi, my name is Kelly. I lost 21 pounds in 37 days and 10 inches off my waist on the one-day diet. I couldn't believe it.
There now exists a bioactive weight loss compound so powerful, so effective, that it boosts your metabolism, burns stored fat, and helps you lose weight fast. The one-day diet is much too powerful for people that need to lose less than 15 pounds.
Hi, my name is Anna. I lost 27 pounds in 45 days. I've never tried anything like this. It's truly amazing.
Call now for your risk-free starter pack at 1-800-626-5182. One-day diet is 100% safe and guaranteed. Call toll-free 1-800-626-5182. That's 1-800-626-5182.
We get to the ninth inning, all tied 2-2. Will Nieves to start things off. He's 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored back in the second. Now facing Chad Parado. He takes high, ball 1. Toronto retired Shane Halter to end the 8th inning. 2 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Stingers. 2-6-1 for Memphis as Nieves chops one left side. Witt to his left, flags it down, sets and throws to first. On target and in time for out number 1. So Nieves is retired. 1 away. That'll bring up Jake Thrower, who's 2 for 3, including an RBI single back in the second inning. Stingers baseball brought to you in part by Dent Pro and Dent Pro Colors of Salt Lake, the mobile paintless dent repair company that comes to your home or office to work on your car. Call them today at 1-877-DENT PRO. Dent Pro and Dent Pro Colors, they make them like new again. First pitch to Thrower on the way. Swinging a ground foul past the first base dugout. Strike 1. Dent Pro donates $5 to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Utah for every stolen base by the Stingers this season. They have stolen 75 bases, making the total donation $375 so far. No balls, 1 strike on Thrower. Parado's pitch swing and a miss at a 90-mile-per-hour fastball. The count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. This is the only close game of the 4 early games in the PCL. Nashville leading Edmonton now 8-2 in the 8th. Las Vegas leads at Iowa 8-2 in the 8th. And Omaha leads Tucson 11-3 in the 8th. As there's a breaking ball inside. Backhanded by the catcher McKay, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's a 2-2 game here in the 9th. Memphis has come away with a pair of 1-run wins to start this series. 4-3 and 2-1. There's a pitch check foul behind home plate by Thrower. Still 1-2. This game a 2-2 contest. In the bottom of the 9th, the Redbirds will have Haynes, Birdham, and McKay, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, due up. 1-2 the count on Thrower. Toronto's pitch. Swung on, grounded through the right side and into right field, a base hit. Big hole on the right side, and thrower able to pull it on the ground right through that gap. His third hit of the ball game and hit number 10 for the Stingers. So the Stingers have the potential go-ahead run on at first base now with one out for Barry Wesson. Barry's 2 for 3, bounced out to third his last time. When the Stingers come home, Wesson will have still working a 15-game home field hitting streak. Infield for the Redbirds, a double play depth. Toronto with a turn in the toss to first, sending thrower back. Take 4 out of 6 in the stolen base department this season. Thrower, the base runner at first, 1 out. Toronto ready. The first pitch to Weston, a fastball high, ball 1 as the kid climbs the step ladder to pull that one back in. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on Barry. So Peralta still throwing in the Salt Lake bullpen. Now Toronto ready, and the 1-0 to Wesson. Instead, the turn of the toss to first, sending thrower back. One and 0 the count on Barry. Now Wesson waits. Toronto from the belt, the 1-0. Swung on and sliced foul up into the third deck here at AutoZone Park in Memphis, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Either this ballpark or the one in Oklahoma City, considered by many in the league as the top 2 parks in the league. The new one in Albuquerque right behind. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Weston. The pitch. Swing and a broken bat roll at first base side. Up with it, the pitcher Toronto. The toss to first for the out. The barrel end of the bat ends up all the way past the third base dugout into the second row. Fortunately, no one got skewered like that fan in Salt Lake City. 1-3 on the putout, 2 away. For Adam Riggs is 0 for 4, but now the Stingers have the potential go-ahead run in scoring position at second base. Now the catcher Kay out to talk with Toronto. And now the pitching coach, Tyler Miller, making his way out to the hill as well. Adam Riggs, the batter, again 0 for 4. Toronto appeared in 6 games last year with Cleveland, going 0-2, but had an ERA over 9. Not too many major leaguers or AAA players, for that matter, from the state of New Hampshire. He's from Woodsville, New Hampshire, where he was that state's high school player of the year in baseball his senior year. And he also, as a basketball player, scored over 1,000 points in his career. 8,467 the paid here tonight. So Riggs at the plate with a go-ahead run at second. And 2 out. Toronto ready, and the pitch to Riggs. Fastball inside. It's an ease, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on him. Now the pitch, breaking ball, that misses outside. Ball 2. Two balls, no strikes, and now a problem with Toronto as the trainer, Aaron Bruns, goes out to the mound. Two balls, no strikes, the count on Riggs. As they're out They're checking in on Toronto, but whatever the problem might be, he's all right. Doing a little landscaping work to the front edge of the hill. Now he's going to throw a couple balls just to make sure everything's in its right spot. So he's thrown a couple and has convinced all concerned that he's all right to continue. So once again, the count 2 balls and no strikes on Riggs with a go-ahead run. At second base with 2 outs. And now they're just going to go ahead and put Adam Riggs on. And bring up Casey Smith, who's 2 for 4. So Adam Riggs receives the intentional walk, his second of the season. So now runners at first and second base, 2 outs for Casey Smith. A pair of infield singles in the first and second since then. He's flied to right and bounce to third. So a runner at second base, thrower. Riggs over at first with 2 outs. Casey Smith at the plate, trying to put Singers ahead. Toronto's first pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball down in. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Outfield shaded towards right for Casey. The infield is back. Now Toronto ready, the 0-1. Sinks down low, and that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count on Casey. Right-handed batter, straightaway stance. Protective shin guard on that left front foot. 1 ball, 1 strike. Toronto ready, the pitch. Swing and a dribbler foul up the third base side. Smith's in the hole, 1-2. A 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Singers. And the Redbirds tied 2-2 here in the top of the 9th. Thrower at second base, trying to stretch out that lead. He represents the go-ahead run. Now the 1-2 pitch to Smith. Swinging a bouncing ball toward short. Colina charges, gloves, and throws on the run and throws it away. Here comes thrower on third. He'll score the go-ahead run. On to third base goes Riggs as Smith is safe at first base on the throwing error by Colina. That was a routine play, but Colina decided for some reason that he had to put some extra mustard on that ball, and it sailed over the head of the first baseman Burnham. He had him out, meaning Smith, by plenty at first base, but for some reason Colina tried to show off his throwing arm, and he threw it away. And now the Stingers take a 3-2 lead here in the 9th. The batter will be Case Kochman, who's 0 for 4. No RBI for Smith. And the pitch to Kochman is high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. So the Stingers cash in on a break. Want to know the count on Casey. Now they'd like to add to their lead. The pitch, Kochman takes a curveball over for a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3-2 Stingers now here in the 9th. That's the second error of the ball game. Charge to the Redbirds. Now Toronto ready, the 1-1. Kochman takes a breaking ball low, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Again, the 4, 5, 6, and 7 hitters, 5, 6, and 7 due up. in the bottom of the ninth for Memphis. The 2-1 to Kotzman, swinging a ground ball right side. Hard out and short right has it. Sidearms it to first, and that'll do it for the Stingers in the ninth. But they take the lead, 1 run, 1 hit. A costly Memphis error, and 2 runners were left on the base paths. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Now the Stingers 3 and the Redbirds 2 on ESPN 1230.
From the backyard to the fields in the back 40, Greenline Equipment has the John Deere equipment you need. The John Deere L100 series are the best in their class. And right now, with introductory payments starting at just $29 a month, you can afford the best. John Deere is also offering an extra 23% discount on select John Deere tractors and implements to members of the American National Quarter Horse Association. And if that weren't enough, right now, Greenline Equipment is taking part in the John Deere year-end blowout on all John Deere commercial lawn equipment. So stop dreaming, start doing. At the end of deer season year-end blowout at Greenline Equipment, with locations in Layton, Salt Lake, and Springville.
Get into Greenline Equipment today and see why I made them my home away from home. If you think I demand perfection for my players on the court, you should visit with knowledgeable professionals at Greenline Equipment. Whether you're cutting lawns or 10,000 acres of hay, they have the right equipment for your job.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct Insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real-life person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico directs a local office in Lincoln, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
Now, back to more Steelers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Joel Peralta now comes on to try to save the game for Chris Butchek as the Stingers, courtesy of an unearned run, have been able to take the lead here in ninth by a score of 3-2. So Peralta, who was the closer for the Stingers prior to his broken finger, now comes on here to try to shut the door on the Redbirds. For Peralta, this will be his 26th appearance of the year. He's 3-2 with a 5.91 earned run average. BCL batting .289 against Peralta, who's lost 2 games since coming back off the disabled list. He's got to face D. Haynes, Gary Burnham, and Cody McKay. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters are due up as Peralta comes in on this connected wireless call to the bullpen. Peralta's first pitch to Haynes, a fastball high and inside for ball 1. Peralta, 5'11", 160 in his 7th year from the Dominican Republic. Another outstanding outing for Chris Butchek. 8 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. A strikeout, 3 walks, a hit batter, and a home run allowed. The 1-0 to Haynes, swinging a foul off the glove of the catcher Haynes. Catcher Nieves for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Adam Riggs, Barry Wesson, Shane Halter in left, center, and right. Dallas McPherson, fifth thrower, Casey Smith, and Casey Kotzman, the infield third to first. The battery of Joel Peralta pitching. Will Nieves catching. There's a pitch high for a ball. 2-1 the count on Haynes as Dusty Burton, the left-hander, gets up in the Stingers bullpen. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Now Peralta. His face hidden behind his glove. Now the 2-1. High with a fastball, and it's 3-1. Don't want to walk the leadoff hitter. Three balls, 1 strike to count. Peralta gave up 4 runs, all earned in 2 1/3 innings in his last outing at Nashville on the 29th. Balls, 1 strike, the count on D. Haynes, leading things off for the Redbirds here in the bottom of the 9th. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. That fills the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Haynes, leading off for the Redbirds here in the 9th. Again, he's hit a soft liner to the mound, single to left, and bounced to short tonight. The 3-2 payoff pitch from Peralta. Swinging another foul. Straight back. So the count remains full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Stingers taking the lead with an unearned run in the top of the ninth. The outfield straight away. The infield is back. Now Peralta looks in, gets his sign from Nieves. Here's the 3-2 payoff pitch. Fastball inside, ball 4, and the leadoff man's on base here in the ninth. Now here's Gary Burnham. 0 for 2 plus a walk in the ball game. And now a pinch runner for Haynes over at first base. That's going to be Jason Bowers at infielder, who will run for the Memphis Redbirds. And this shakeup in the Redbirds lineup brought to you by Jake's Over the Top. It's that time of year again, folks. Those fresh raspberry shakes now available at Jake's Over the Top. So Bowers the runner, the pitch. Full foul deep down the right field line for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Right now, Jake's Over the Top, serving those fresh Bear Lake raspberry shakes. Cool vanilla ice cream blended with tons of fresh raspberry. Heaping inches over the top of the cup. But Jake's, they don't stop at the top. So the tying run first with nobody out on a 1-strike count on Gary Burnham. Now Peralta ready from the belt, the 0-1. Outside, fastball at the knees, and that ends the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Stingers trying to hold on and snap a 5-game losing streak. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Burnham. Only been with the Redbirds for this his 5th day. The 1-1 from Joel. Swinging a ground ball to first. Kotzman has it. Goes to second. That's 1. Throwers return to first in time for the double play. Nicely done. 3-6-3 double play as Kotzman got it started with a quick throw on target right on the back of thrower at second base. And that gave himself time to get back to the bag to take the return throw from Jake. So now 2 outs and nobody on base here in the bottom of the ninth. And with that double play, another $5 goes to the United Way, courtesy of Taco Maker. That's the 3rd double play for the Stingers in this ball game. Now here's Cody McKay, who's 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Peralta ready. The first pitch on the way to McKay. A changeup strike on the outside corner at the belt, 0-1. Peralta looking for his first save. He had a couple of blown saves early in the season that resulted in wins eventually, a couple of vulture games, and then other people took over the closing role. Now the line by Joel, the 0-1. Breaking ball downstairs, and that evens the count at 1-1. Boy, a big double play ball there. 3-6-3, not the easiest one in the world to turn, but the Stingers executed it perfectly. 1 ball, 1 strike on Cody McKay. The line by Peralta, the pitch. Change up in under the letters for a strike, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Some of the umpires in the green seats thought that one was high. 1-2 to count on McKay. Peralta up on top of the hill. Again, glove over his face as he gets the sign from Nieves. Now Joel drops the hand, starts the windup for 1-2. Swung on and pulled foul into the seats down the right field side. And the count remains 1-2. First final in. Nashville did make it 6 wins in a row. They beat Edmonton 8-4. Nelson Figueroa, the winner, 12-6. John Routz, the loser, 1-1. Chris Truby and Carlos Rivera, homer for the Sounds. Jorge Toca goes deep for Edmonton. On a 1-2 pitch to McKay. Fastball high, evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. 3-2 Stingers here in the ninth. 2 outs, nobody on for the Redbirds. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on McKay as Peralta deals. One and smash inside the third base bag and down the left field line. Over to get it in a hurry is Riggs, and he'll hold McKay to a single. That is huge that Riggs got over there in time to make that play. And that keeps the potential tying run out of scoring position for the time being. So now a runner at first base again with 2 out, and here's Javier Colina. He's 0 for 3. But he's being pinch hit for by John Gall. So John Gall to pinch hit here in the 9th. A long ball threat. Gall comes in batting .303, 25 doubles, 21 homers, and 72 runs batted in. A tough hitter at the plate. Peralta's pitch. Gall swings and fouls it back over the roof for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to count. John Gall pinch hitting here. Another takes over the top, shake up of the batting order. Now the 0-1 pitch to Gall. Down low with a slider. That evens the count at 1-1. Fastball curve, slider, splitter for Joel Peralta. Now the right-hander ready to pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. This is a team that doesn't have a winning record, but they know how to come from behind. They've had 14 wins in their last tap this season. 1-2, the count on Gall. For the second straight batter, the Redbirds are down to their last strike. Now Peralta set the 1-2 pitch to Gall. Just outside at the knees, 92 miles per hour on that fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gall stepping out. Colin Porter due next. Stingers hoping they don't see him bat until tomorrow. Even though that means it's 1 of 2 endings. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Gall. Peralta from the belt, the pitch. Just missed inside a fastball. They appealed the check swing, but he didn't go around. Now the count's 3-2, and that means McKay will automatically be on the move with a pitch over at first base. So he'll be off with the pitch at 3 balls and 2 strikes. There goes McKay, the payoff pitch, swing and miss, and a changeup. He struck him out. He changed up using his splitter and got Gall out in front of it to end the ball game and end the 5-game losing streak. What a pitch to throw on 3-2. He went with a splitter and got it by John Gall. And the Stingers get a win here in Memphis. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Handshakes and high fives all around the final score. The Salt Lake Stingers 3 and the Memphis Redbirds 2. We'll be back with the 10th inning show next on ESPN 1230.
This has been Salt Lake Stingers baseball. Stay tuned for a complete wrap-up of tonight's game. The 10th inning show is coming up next on the home of Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
These days, education goes way beyond the classroom. Kids need something that can engage their minds and fuel their hunger to learn. And that's Comcast high-speed internet. For just 2 cents for 2 months, our high-speed internet connection is the only internet with the power to keep up with their imagination. Up to twice as fast as DSL. Comcast downloads multimedia with lightning speed. So kids don't just study. They storm the beach at Normandy. They ride with Paul Revere.
Go on! The British are coming!
And walk on the move. It's 2 cents for 2 months, and installation is just $9.99. Call 1-800-262-9072 today. Plug into Comcast and save for your kids' education.
1 cent per month for first and fourth month. Model lease option available. Installation limited to 1 outlet to 1 computer. Additional outlets extra. Certain restrictions apply. Call for details.
The game is over and the fans are leaving the ballpark. It's time now for the 10th inning show. A complete wrap-up of tonight's game with a look at the rest of the Pacific Coast League and Major League Baseball. This is the 10th inning show on ESPN 1230 AM. Now let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke.
And welcome back to AutoZone Park in Memphis, Tennessee, where the Stingers were victorious tonight over the Redbirds by a final score of 3-2, taking advantage of an unearned run in the 9th inning to break a 2-2 tie and come away with the win that ends the losing streak at 5 games. Here are the final totals on tonight's contest. For the Stingers, 3 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, and they left 9 men on base. For the Redbirds, 2 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors, and they left 6 men on base. The winning pitcher, Chris Buchek, now with a record of 7-7. The losing pitcher, Chad Peranto, now 4-3. Joel Peralta, working a scoreless 9th, records his first save of the season. We don't have a time of game yet, probably around 2:40, 2:45 or so. And the paid attendance, 8,467, as the Stingers snap a 5-game losing streak and pick up a win tonight that puts them in position to earn a split on the series with a win tomorrow night. Stingers took a 2-0 lead with runs in first and third, only to have the Redbirds tie it on a 2-run home run by Armando Rios in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Both teams had their opportunities, but it was the Stingers who finally were able to come through as they took advantage with a 1-out single by Jake Thrower, moved to second on a bounce out, an intentional walk to Riggs, and then Casey Smith hit a slow chopper toward short. Javier Colina, all he had to do was make the throw over to first base as he charged in, but he tried to put too much on the throw, and it sailed over everybody and went into the off the wall behind the first base bag, and that allowed Jake Thrower to come all the way around from second base to score with what turned out to be the winning run. An outstanding effort again for Chris Buchek, and this time the bullpen is able to hold on to the lead for him as he allows just 2 runs on 6 hits in 8 innings while striking out 5 and walking 3 for the win. So the Stingers now 40-69 on the season, while the Redbirds dropped to 52-57. Time now for our impossible defensive play of the game, brought to you by the Gus Paulus Auto Group. And for that, we go to the 4th inning. The Stingers had runners at first and second base with nobody out, and Adam Riggs at the plate. The Midland fielders are at double play depth as Martinez deals. Riggs swings it to the right side. Hart to left, makes a sliding stop. Tumbling, throws to second for 1. Back to first, a double play. Sensational play by Bo Hart to start a 4-6-3 double play. Diving to his left, rolling over, and still from the seat of his pants, throwing to second base to start the double play in our Gus Paulus Auto Group impossible defensive play of the game. That it was, and so that is our Gus Paulus impossible defensive play of the game, brought to you by the Gus Paulus Auto Group. Gus may be short, but his selection quality used cars sure isn't. Visit his new used car dealership at Jordan Landing. With Gus, anything is possible, as the Stingers win it tonight by a final score of 3-2, and we'll come back and check out the other scores right after this on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
If you need to lose 15, 20, even 50 pounds or more, then you need the powerful one-day diet, an amazing breakthrough that guarantees rapid weight loss without giving up your favorite foods, counting calories, or taking dangerous diet pills.
I'm Linda. I lost 10 pounds in 7 days. I was skeptical at first, but it's simple, easy, and it really works.
Hi, my name is Kelly. I lost 21 pounds in 37 days and 10 inches off my waist on the one-day diet. I couldn't believe it.
There now exists a bioactive weight loss compound so powerful, so effective that it boosts your metabolism, burns stored fat, and helps you lose weight fast. The one-day diet is much too powerful for people that need to lose less than 15 pounds.
Hi, my My name is Anna. I lost 27 pounds in 45 days. I've never tried anything like this. It's truly amazing.
Call now for your risk-free starter pack at 1-800-626-5182. One-day diet is 100% safe, natural, and guaranteed. Call toll-free 1-800-626-5182. That's 1-800-626-5182.
This is no ordinary sale of a dog or cat show. It's the Wasatch Reptile and Utah Exotic Bird Expo, Saturday and Sunday, August 7th and 8th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. both days, at Salt Lake Utah State Fair Park on North Temple. That's right, 2 shows for 2 days, too much fun. Thousands of exotic birds, reptiles, amphibians, spiders, and many other awesome creatures from around the world will be on display and available for purchase. The Utah Exotic Bird and Wasatch Reptile Expo is an event you and your family will never forget. Coming Saturday and Sunday, August 7th and 8th, at Salt Lake Utah State Fair Park on North Temple. This event only comes around once a year, so don't miss it. Animals, cages, and other cool prizes will be given away at both shows both days. The Wasatch Reptile and Utah Exotic Bird Expo at Salt Lake Utah State Fair Park, Saturday and Sunday, August 7th and 8th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Discount tickets available at Mark's Ark, 4825 South Redwood Road. Wasatch Reptile and Utah Exotic Bird Expo. Come be a part of the experience. And make sure you watch out for the spiders.
For additional info, go to WasatchReptileExpo.com.
Welcome back to AutoZone Park in downtown Memphis, where the Stingers prevail tonight by a final score of 3-2. And it's time now for our look at what else happened tonight under the lights of ECL as well as Major League Baseball. And it's all brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. You can check out the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. In the Pacific Coast League first, it was Nashville defeating Edmonton 8-4 for the Sounds. That is their 6th straight win, and for the Trappers, their 5th consecutive defeat. Again, Nelson Figueroa, the winner, 12-6. The first 12-game winner in the PCL. One of the Pirates going to give him a chance. John Rout's the loser, 1-1. Chris Truby with 17th home run. Carlos Rivera, his 9th. For Nashville, for Edmonton, Jorge Toca, it's his 4th of the season. Elsewhere, they're in the 9th at Des Moines. Las Vegas leading Iowa 7-2. They had given out an 8-2 score earlier, but in fact it is a 7-2 ball game in favor of the Las Vegas 51s. They're in the 9th at Omaha. The Stingers' next opponent beginning Thursday, Franklin Covey Field. Omaha with an 8-run second inning en route to a 14-4 lead over the Tucson Sidewinders. That game now in the 9th inning at Rosenblatt Stadium. After 2 innings in Tacoma, Albuquerque and the Rainiers are tied at 1-1. Nothing in yet on New Orleans at Fresno. After 3 in Portland, Colorado Springs leads the Beavers by a score of 1-0. And after 2 innings of play in Sacramento, it's Oklahoma 1 and Sacramento nothing. Only 2 games scheduled tonight as far as Major League Baseball is concerned. At St. Petersburg's Tropicana Field, the Boston Red Sox, with a pair of 3-run innings, were able to defeat the Tampa Bay Devil Rays 6-3. The knuckleballer Tim Wakefield, the winner, 7-6. Mark Hendrickson, the former Sacramento King, takes the loss. His record is now 8-9. Keith Polk came on, and he recorded save number 17 on the year. Tampa Bay led 2-0 after 1 before David McCarty hit his 3rd home run of the year with 2 men on base, and the former Buzzman put the Red Sox out ahead to save. Later on, Tino Martinez would hit a home run for Tampa Bay, but the Red Sox prevailed by a final score of 6-3. And at Toronto this afternoon, the troubles continue for left-hander Cliff Lee, who started out 10-1. He's now 10-4 after a 6-1 loss to the Blue Jays. Ted Lilly, the winner, 8-7. Vernon Wells with his 13th home run of the year for the Blue Jays. Jim Phelps hit his 12th of the season as the Blue Jays prevail over the Indians today by a final score of 6-1. So an abbreviated look at tonight's scores around baseball with only 2 games scheduled in the major leagues this evening. Here tonight, the Stingers defeat the Redbirds by a score of 3-2. A recap with highlights coming up next here on ESPN 1230.
Salt Lake.
Everybody going to play a little bit harder?
This is ESPN Radio AM 1230.
A little bit better?
Worldwide leader in sports. A Citadel Broadcasting Station.
How you doing? I'm Bruno, air conditioning guy.
Hey, listen, there's a green fungus growing on the swamp cooler downside of my house.
I tell you what, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a hose and we're going to squirt that right off.
Yes, thank you. Oh, boy.
There is no way a hose is going to fix that problem. With a swamp cooler, recycled water is pulled from a bed of fungus-saturated liquid, poured over deteriorating wood fibers, then forced into your home for you to breathe. Take action. A sophisticated central air conditioning and filtration system will eliminate fungus, bacteria, and mold before it ever reaches your lungs. Take Action. Action installs only the best, like Train, Carrier, Tempstar, and Rheem at the lowest price in Salt Lake. Take Action's lowest price challenge. It's easy. If we can't get you the lowest price, we'll give you $50 for your trouble. This $50 offer is great, so please call us for details. Take Action. Call Action Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning at 363-5575. That's 363-5575.
Larry H. Miller for Junior Achievement.
A quote from Ronald Reagan about a 45-minute speech that he delivered in 1975, if we get right down to bedrock, I think reflects what Junior Achievement is about, and I hope what we're about as individuals within our free enterprise system.
Get involved with Utah's future business leaders. Volunteer at Junior Achievement.
We'll lead before it's too late. Use the vitality and the magic of the marketplace to save this way of life. Or will we face our children and our children's children someday when they ask, where were you and what were you doing on the day that freedom was lost?
As a Junior Achievement volunteer, you'll be helping to shape the future of America.
Whether we like to think of it in those terms or not, that in fact is what the stakes are. Children are the messengers we send, time that we'll never see. That's the importance of Junior Achievement.
For more information, call 355-5252 or on the web at ja.org.
Welcome back to downtown Memphis AutoZone Park, where the Stingers and Redbirds were getting ready for Game 3. Now, in the second inning, with the scoreless ball game with one out, Will Nieves doubled to put him in scoring position at second base for, well, wait for these fireworks to be shot off. Okay, one out, a double by Will Nieves, bringing up Jake Thrower. Now Martinez ready to glance back towards Nieves at second. The pitch is lined to left center field. That's going to be in for a base hit. Nieves takes the turn at third and comes on in to score as the center fielder Prieto fires it back in towards second. It's an RBI single for Jake Thrower, and the Stingers have a 1-0 lead. So 1-0 Stingers, and just a note, right behind the batter's eye where that those fireworks were just let off, some rather loud ones, sits an apartment building. That's got to rattle the pictures off the wall. Anyway, it was 1-0 in favor of the Stingers, and when Alex Pelaez led off the third. Third inning now here in Memphis. Stingers leading 1-0. Alex Pelaez swings at the first pitch and lines it to left. Haynes going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it is gone. A line drive home run off the bat of Alex Pelaez, his fifth of the year, and the Stingers now have a 2-0 lead. So a 2-0 lead for the Stingers at that point, but the lead didn't last for very long. 2 outs, nobody on in the third. Chris Buchek had retired 7 batters in a row, but Bo Hart lengthened the third inning with a single to left field, bringing up Armando Rios. Buchek from the stretch ready. The pitch. Rios swings and lifts it in the air towards left. Rick going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. An opposite field 2-run home run for Armando Rios, and the game is tied at 2-2. So a 2-2 ball game. Again, both teams had their chances, but the Stingers finally able to push across. Turned out to be the winning run in the ninth inning. With 1 out, Jake Thrower grounded a single into right field, his third hit of the ball game. He moved to second on a ground out by Barry Weston, in which the front end of the bat went sailing into the seats past the third base dugout. Adam Riggs, after the count went to 2-0, was intentionally walked to put runners at first and second base with 2 outs for Casey Smith. Now the 1-2 pitch to Smith. Swing a bouncing ball toward short. Colina charges, gloves, and throws on the run and throws it away. Here comes Thrower around third. He'll score the go-ahead run. On to third base goes Riggs as Smith is safe at first base on the throwing error by Colina. That time Colina just decided to show off his arm, and all he needed to make was an on-target throw to first, and they've got the easy out. Instead, the Stingers get the winning run across and take tonight's game by a final score of 3-2. When we come back, we'll take a look at tonight's winner of our Stingers Ace Hardware Most Helpful Player of tonight's game right after this on ESPN 1230.
Larry H. Miller for Junior Achievement.
A quote from Ronald Reagan about a 45-minute speech that he delivered in 1975. If we get right down to bedrock, I think reflects what Junior Achievement is about, and I hope what we're about as individuals within our free enterprise system.
Get involved with Utah's future business leaders. Volunteer with Junior Achievement.
We'll leave before it's too late. Use the vitality and the magic of the marketplace to save this way of life. Or will we face our children and our children's children someday when they ask, where were you and what were you doing on the day that freedom was lost?
As a Junior Achievement volunteer, you'll be helping to shape the future of America.
Whether we like to think of it in those terms or not, that in fact is what the stakes are. Children are the messengers we send to a time that we'll never see. That's the importance of Junior Achievement.
For more information, call 355-5252 or on the web at ja.org.
Take it in the front lot.
Frustration with car credit is best defined as the difference between our capabilities and our car expectations.
Car 54, where are you?
Hi, Mark Murray here with Marine Credit Systems. My car dealership is focused on all the important details of your credit and car purchase. For example, the down payment. One of two things is going to happen with your down payment. The down payment either protects the customer and builds equity in your car, or the down payment makes me, the dealer, me, the car guy, rich. Get pre-approved. It's the no-nonsense answer to your down payment questions. Straight A credit or reestablishing your credit. If you're going to borrow money, talk to me first. It's a structure, it's an outline, it's a formula.
Wow. Call Marine Credit Systems now at 467-9980. Marine Credit Systems, 467-9980. 467-9980.
Back to Memphis, where the Stingers prevail over the Redbirds tonight by a final score of 3-2. Only their fifth win in their last 25 games decided by one run. Time now for our Ace Hardware MHP of the game, the most helpful player of tonight's game for the Stingers, brought to you by your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Ace, the helpful place. I'm going to give it to Chris Buchek. He's certainly put forth an argument for Jake Thrower, but we're going to give it to Chris Buchek. 8 solid innings, 6 hits allowed, just 2 runs, both earned. Struck out 5, walked 3. As the Stingers started, pitched a solid ball game, and this time, unlike several other occasions this year, the bullpen was able to hold on to the lead for Chris and give Buchek the win to level his record now at 7-7. On the year, and he's now 19-19 lifetime as the Salt Lake Stingers. And now the Stingers can go for the series split and end this road trip on a high note with back-to-back wins. It'll be left-hander Corey Lee on the mound for the Stingers, making his third appearance for Salt Lake against left-hander Randy Flores, who has a record of 3-7 for the Redbirds. Once again, it'll be a 6:05 first pitch. Pre-game coverage with the on-deck circle begins at 5:45. So that'll do it for tonight. Our thanks to Rita Lloyd back in our studios in Salt Lake City, and our thanks to you for listening. Once again, in 2 hours, 42 minutes, and in front of 8,467, the final score, the Salt Lake Stingers 3 and the Memphis Redbirds 2. I'm Steve Klauke saying good night and so long from the Mid-South.
Has been the 10th Inning Show on ESPN 1230 AM. Be sure to join us after every Stingers game for the 10th Inning Show on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers. ESPN 1230 AM.